Oh, hello? Hello? Oh my god. Here we go. Sorry, I unplugged. Oh my god. Okay, I need to start writing stuff down. I accidentally unplugged my mic. Um I had to take my mouse out, so I had to take out the back of my PC, which is a whole different story of yesterday, which is why it took me so long to get ready yesterday that I couldn't stream. But yeah, when I unplug my mic and plug it in to a different port, it like disables it and I have to turn it back on. So yeah. Anyway, hi guys, welcome back. Did you guys miss the hearing the Maple Story jazz? You know, it's been a whole week, a little more than a week actually. I think my last stream was Tuesday, so it's Friday, about 10 days. Yeah, but we are back. We are so back, and to top it off, we are going to not have a stream tomorrow, but there's going to be a Valheim stream this Sunday. And I'm so excited. I've been thinking about Valheim so much in the past few days. I'm like so survival world game pilled right now. I'm playing Minecraft, I'm playing Valheim. I'm excited because I want to build a city. You know, our house is really awesome, and honestly don't know how we can improve in the architecture of our Valheim home without making it too complicated. Because, you know, as you know, building any like larger of a home in Valheim takes a lot of engineering, because for some reason we can't build 3-story houses. It's a really dumb system, but it is what it is. But I want to make a city, like maybe a sort of village. You know, we haven't taken advantage of all the torches and the fences. We should start building some fences around our house and making a really secure village, just like the good old days. And now that we have the wood chopping skill, it should be pretty easy. So that's what I want to do on Sunday, next Valheim stream. But goals for that stream, for me personally, is 1, clear a swamp dungeon, because I think those are available. I just don't, we got unlucky and we couldn't find it last time. Before we died to that sea serpent. So that's what I want to do. And then I want to cut down a lot of trees. Get Maya on that, because Maya's our local lumberjack. And I want to start building like a city with fences and stuff. So yeah, that's going to be Sunday. And yeah, so one thing I did want to check is let me turn everything here back up. I don't know what players is, but I'll turn it on. So I wanted to check on this. I'm not gonna lie, I did take a little sneak peek and it sounds kind of crazy. So I did leave this on for a few days. I don't remember how long I left it on, like maybe like 3 or 4 days. But I did take a peek earlier today when I got back on. I haven't really been touching it too much because I've been doing like other things, but we did get some more, what's this called? Stalagmite? Dripstone? We got some more dripstone here. And I gathered a lot of wandering traders. Not sure how much, because it looks kind of crazy. You'll see in a bit. That's pretty much what I've been doing. Just leaving this on in the background and AFK. So our goal is, we don't really have a lot of emeralds left. I probably need an AFK there at some point at our box farm. But for now, I think we should have just enough to get 1 oak sapling out of all of these. So I'm going to go check on it right now. I did take a little sneak peek earlier this stream just to see if, you know, it was crazy or not. And it was pretty crazy. So, yeah. I don't even know how to approach this. We have moss blocks. I think I need moss blocks. Okay, I am going to kill... Ooh, listener does not push me off. I have to kill all of these llamas. We have to kill all of them. There's so much. I only want the wandering traders. Why did that one... Wait, why did one of the villagers get hit? Ow! He's spitting at me. I forgot they spit. Okay, I'm sure the wandering traders don't get killed from the spit. Yeah, I'm a little scared. We're gonna have arrows. I was kind of not anticipating this many. Ooh, almost fell off. There's so many. Oh my god, there's so many. How do I approach this? Move. This guy have something? No, you don't. Small drip leaf, but that's not important right now. Okay, I don't know how to kill these guys. I need more arrows. They're slowly gonna kill each other. Hi, Mitsue. Oh my god, there's so many. Did he kill one? I don't know. I'm scared. Okay, let's look for... let's quickly look for an oak sapling. Oh my god. There's no way, right? Surely one of these guys have an oak sapling. Oh, is that a lava bucket? No, that was a water bucket. Bucket. Pumpkin. Wait, I don't think I got one. There's so many. Oh my god. I am going to lose it. Okay, hold on. I'm dropping down. Is there a bed down here? I don't remember. Let's go down. I thought I could go back into this thing. Wait, can you not go back into... I thought... Oh yeah, I thought going scaffoldings like negated your fall damage, but I guess not. Okay, there's a water. Okay. There is a water pool down there. I need to grab so many arrows. Yeah, there's so many alpacas. I wish, you know, in hindsight, I probably should have I just need to build the wall, I think, that stops them from riding along the top. In hindsight, I could have, like, broken the lead attachment so they don't do that. It has been a minute. Alright, I have a million arrows, so I'm just gonna take them all. So yeah, just updates. I did go on a trip. If you watch Maya, as you all should, I met up with Maya and some other friends this past week, and yeah, went to did a lot of fun things. I don't know how much she's said, but yeah, that's pretty much where I was. Just did a lot of things. I think it was because there was a near concert in SoCal, or not SoCal, LA, and yeah, a lot of people were going. I didn't go because I've never played near. I played near like once a long time ago, but I never finished it. I don't think I probably played like 2 hours, and 1 hour was cutscenes and 1 hour was wandering through like the first area, just trying to see the secrets and stuff. Quote unquote secrets, and doing side quests. So I didn't really play that much of it. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I was just hanging around, having some fun. Yeah, it's like a little Airbnb, and yeah, it was pretty nice. I'll probably talk more about it later. Should we talk about it? Oh, awesome. All right. Oh god, it's nighttime. I don't want to accidentally hit the wandering traders. Let me put on the hitboxes. There we go. Didn't catch much of the stream though. I was on transit. Blah. Oh my god. Can I hit this? Okay. I'm really scared of hitting these other ones. Okay, I think it's good enough, honestly. So let's check out. I have 6 emeralds left, so I have to use it really sparingly. Forgot what else I'm missing. It's so loud. Melon seeds. I don't think I have melon seeds. I don't know if I have cactus. I think I got a cactus. Melon seeds. Oops. I think we might. What's going on here? Are we getting pushed? No way. I don't know if I need moss blocks. I think I might need moss blocks later. Wait, no way. I don't get a single oak sapling trader. Alright, I'm done with this. I gotta turn these down. It's too loud. I should have just turned it all off. Okay, we're gonna kill these alpacas, remaining ones. I need a way to somehow push these guys out. I wonder if I can flush them. I'm scared of... breaking the... this area, though. Okay, horn coral. Nope, don't need that. I'm gonna see if we can get the other guys. I need a way to push them. I'm getting, like, launched. What the hell? Oh, what is this? What is going on here? I'm getting pushed. Acacia sapling. No, I already have a million of those. Okay, I'm going to double check what I need. So, okay, this guy has nothing I need, so you are gone, buddy. Goodbye. So I have a cactus, I have beetroot seeds, I have a pumpkin. I could get the melon seeds. I think I'll get the moss blocks too, but I'm just scared. I don't know how much sapling's gonna cost. So, do I have sugar cane? I have sugar cane. Yep. I think I will get the moss block. Can these guys leave? That's crazy. I didn't expect it to be that rare. I have to check out which one has something I need. Then I'm gonna kill them. Okay, the melon seeds. Oof. I do want the melon seeds, but it's not a priority right now. No matter what, I have to make sure I have enough for the oak saplings. Sugarcane and something else. Don't need that. Don't need this either. Don't need this. Kelp. Kelp. I think I have kelp, right? I believe I have kelp. Yes, I do. So don't need this. Moss block I might need, so I'm gonna save that. This guy is just another kelp. Thought I killed him. We had the exact same trades. This is just acacia sapling, which we don't need. Pumpkin seeds. Don't need that. Yep. Pumpkin. Oh! Wait, this guy's a birch sapling. Okay, I think... Does birch sapling drop... Birch... Apple... Does birch sapling drop apple Minecraft? Did you not drop birch... Ah, no. Okay, well, this guy has good trades, so I'm gonna leave him alive and hopefully he doesn't despawn. Okay, these guys look fine. This guy has nothing. You are dead. Wait, I thought that was a mangrove, actually. That might have been good. More melon seeds, a fern. I'm scared if I hit them. Thing is, I'm scared if I hit them, then they will like not trade with me. So I'm gonna just try to peek in. Oh, there's one. Went away. They need to get out of here. Oh, there's another one pushed out. Okay. Rooted dirt, podzol. Oh, this looks like there's one or two more in there. Oh, there's another one pushed out. Acacia sapling again. No, 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 no. Okay, here, let me... No. They're all trying to go back in. Get out of here. What do you have? Nothing? You are dying. What do you have? Melon seeds? I think someone already trades that. Wait, you have nothing. You are dead. I think someone else already has melon seeds, right? Okay, this other guy here has nothing. You are dead. Birch, moss block, melon seeds, jungle sapling. Yep. So this guy, oh, I almost shot the wrong guy. You're useless. Acacia sapling. Oh, there's so many acacia saplings. Am I just unlucky? You want to ride the roller coaster more? It's kind of true. Oh my god. How do I get them to leave? Maybe if I put a sign. No. I put a fence. Fence and water. Okay, I'm gonna fence and some water. I think maybe that'll be okay. They all want me to go there for some reason? Yeah, they're pathing. Maybe this prismarine slot will be enough, actually. Can I cheat like this? I wonder if this works. Actually, no. This'll probably work too. Hold on. And then let's get a sign. Okay, and then let's get the water bucket. Hopefully this works. There we go. Flush them out. Okay, and then gotta make sure they don't leave either. So let's put a roof up here. Okay, now we can examine each and one of their trades. Okay, this guy is useless. This guy has acacia saplings and dripstone, so he's useless too. I kill this one. Wait, double check. Double check. Just gotta double check. Nothing good. Okay, nothing good. Oh, there's another one back there. This guy has sea pickle and nothing useless or useful. This guy has melon seeds. But I think someone else has melon seeds and jungle sapling, so moss block. Other guy, what does he have? Oh! Oak sapling! Oh my god, I knew there was one back there. Oak sapling. Oh my god. We are so back. We are so freaking back. Let's go. Oh my god. Okay, now we can leave him. Oh, it's nighttime. That was getting kind of scary. It was like literally the last one. I think that was the last one I didn't check. This guy has a jungle sapling, melon seeds. Everything else here is whatever. Okay, so these guys, I think they have a lifespan of about like 3 days or so. So I have like 3 Minecraft, I don't know, Minecraft days. Not sure. I don't know. I forgot how long they last, but there's a time for them to despawn. So before they despawn, I am going to leave here, unload these chunks, so that, because there's some of the traits I still want. So I'm just gonna take everything I need and go back, and then we can start, like, just in case my saplings don't produce anything. Because there's a chance that this oak sapling doesn't turn into anything useful. So let's just grab all of these. Grab the kelp, the vines, the oak sapling. We'll leave the emerald, I guess. Take the iron. Some my carrots, these. I'll leave the arrows. Everything else is... Yes. Do we need anything else? Beetroot seeds. I guess I'll bring the railings back. Odd soul. Scaffolding. I'll leave the emerald. Anything else in these chests? I'll take this, I guess. I'll leave these just in case I need it. And yeah, that should be good. Let's actually take this water back. Oh, hi, Dista. Alright. So let's safely return back down. So there is a chance that when we grow this oak sapling, it produces no more oak saplings. So we have to get really lucky. Or unlucky. It's rather we have to get really unlucky for it to not drop a sapling. And I think once we get 2, it's like almost guaranteed that we'll continue reproducing more. So we finally have access to a new wood type. And also, now that we have an oak sapling, we also have access to bees. Don't really need bees right now. Not sure what beeswax or anything is for other than honey blocks. But, you know, there's not much we can do with honey blocks and slime blocks for redstone, considering we don't have stone yet. Here we go. Boom. Not quite unclear. Let's walk all the way back. Put it in our safe little chest. Put in this one, I guess. I'll make a new one. Still haven't gotten like a good fishing rod. Despite all this time. Oh, everything good. There we go. And I'll probably have a little dripstone. We don't really need that many dripstones. The dogs, yeah. We don't have a use for dripstone yet because we don't have what's it called? Lava. I don't know where else to put these blocks. I have so many random blocks. I'll just put them in here. Lazy. So now we have pod souls for some extra dirt in case we need it. Probably AFK tonight. I'll probably AFK at the emerald farm just to get some more emeralds for... don't know what I need. The moss blocks and the birch sapling would be nice. I think we're pretty much done with everything else, though. Put this back. And let's just get this going. You know? Let's just get it going. My axes. Some bones. This precious oak sapling. Alright, I have this. I don't know if this is true, but I have this. Oh. No way. I forgot about the fast leap decay. No way. It didn't drop one. No way. No way. That is so crazy. Well, we have one apple. It didn't drop an oak sapling. I need 5 more emeralds. No way. That is so unlucky. That's crazy. Okay, well, I guess we got to go back to the emerald farm at AFK. So, yeah, I guess let's do that. Because that's the next mission right now. If I got an app thing, I would set up like a little farm for a little farm for getting gold so they can get villagers, but it's not. I don't know if I should bring my fishing rod. I have so many good books, actually. Look at this. Look at these books I've gotten. I have no luck of the sea still, so I'm still looking for a luck of the sea fishing rod. But look at these books: efficiency 4, mending, efficiency 4. Well, this is Riptide 3. I forgot what Riptide does, but seems okay. Loyalty, whatever. This is whatever. Sharpness 4, like kind of crazy. Yeah, I guess I'll bring a fishing rod. Do I need anything else? Blocks, I guess. Where's my pickaxe? Did I leave my pickaxe up there? Why did I do that? Whatever. It's not like we need all of it. I think I will bring a pickaxe because I need to break the path at some point. Let's just bring 1, 2, 3. Let's just bring a stack. All right. Trying to remember where it is. So yeah, let me just walk over there. Trident flying? No. Yeah, I don't remember which one it is. I think is Riptide the trident flying? Well, trident flying is out of the question until we get Elytras. But I feel like there's no point in trident flying because once we get the Elytras, like we have infinite amounts of gunpowder. Won't do much. I don't even remember. It's been a week since I played on this, like actually explored. Over a week since I explored. So I'm trying to, I hope this is the right way. If I recall, it's at negative 5,000. So yeah, this is a good time to yeah, so good time to talk about my trip. So yeah, I spent some time with some friends this past weekend, and it was quite fun. If you heard from Maya's POV, pretty much all of that. They went to see the Near concert, but I didn't go. I only hung out like before and after. We had some dinner, and I got to try like a lot of Korean places that I've never had before. I tried like a large intestine for the first time. KBBQ, and it was actually pretty good. It's like super fatty. Literally, when you pick it up, it kind of reminds me of. It looks like lobster. Like, it's the best way I can describe it. I actually don't know if it's my first time eating it, but it's my first time like consciously eating it and knowing what it is. It's like a big fat piece of like, it's just like a circle with like a lot of fat inside. It looks like lobster when you're cooking it because it's just like white and kind of like squishy looking. We're going on an adventure then? Yeah. 4,000 more blocks. It was pretty good. I ate a lot of food. So much food. And I had so much candy and other things. Some highlights of the trip was, you know, obviously karaoke is always a really fun thing. I went to see Universal. I haven't been to Universal Studios in a long time. Like, since I was probably under 10 years old or something. And my only memory of Universal Studios back in the day was waiting like 3 hours for the Simpsons ride, and it's not even that good. This time we didn't go on the Simpsons ride. It was pretty open. It was a pretty like slow day for the park, meaning not a lot of people, which is good. So we got to go to like almost every single ride. I got to see the Harry Potter area, and I will say the Harry Potter area looks really cool. Like, I don't really care about Harry Potter that much. I watched it as a kid, the movies as a kid. I didn't read the books, but I enjoyed the movies. But the Hogwarts, like, yeah, like I've seen like pictures of it and stuff from before and from other people who have gone. But the scale of the Hogwarts castle is actually insane. It's huge. It's actually really, really cool seeing it outside. It feels like I'm looking upon like I'm like a little peasant in a medieval times. The mansion's massive, or not mansion, sorry, castle's massive. You know, 90% of it is like the actual ride though, so you can't really go in and like look around. It's not much. I mean, just exploring. There's the whole like 90% of the place that you can walk through is the line area, and then it's the ride. And it was actually really good. The ride was good, pretty immersive actually. I liked it. It was the first one we went to, and yeah, that was like one of the coolest parts. The second coolest part was the Super Mario World that they just added recently, and that place also looks really good. It's really immersive as well. It's like this big, like, honestly, this big circle area. Like, it's not even a huge zone. It's just like, imagine a coliseum, like a pit, where it's just a bunch of like cardboard, like just wood in a circle, and it looks like you're in a Mario World. Everything's themed, and there's like moving blocks and moving like creatures. Cardboard 2D. Like, cardboard is like kind of downplaying it, but it basically was cardboard. It's just like cutouts moving that looks like the game, and it kind of fits too, because, you know, Mario is like a 2D game, so, you know, not bashing on it, but it was pretty cool. Everything was very vibrant, and seeing the characters was really cool. I mean, pretty much the biggest things in that area is the ride, which is like it's supposed to be like Mario Kart, where you have like 4 people riding in a cart, and you have VR headset on, or more like an AR headset, like an augmented reality, so you can still see everything around you, but like you have the headset on and it shows you like other carts and enemies, I guess. And you're supposed to like be shooting shells that you collect on it. You also have a steering wheel, but I swear to God, you like, steering does nothing. So I think it's just for show. But I was on it with Kyo, Maya's roommate, and we were trying to. He said to 1v1, but honestly, during the first like minute of the ride, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I didn't know who I was supposed to be shooting, so I only got like 100 and he got like 137, which is the most in during the ride. So it's like during the ride there's like probably like 40 people in, you know, 10 different carts driving around, and then it's just pretty much just the high score based game. And yeah, he got the highest score in that lobby. Kyo's cracked. Is that right, the Dementor one? Yeah, it's the Dementor one. It was pretty fun. Actually went faster than I thought for the Harry Potter. That was one of my favorite rides. Probably top 3 out of the whole thing. The Mario Kart one was cool. I liked going through the castle more than the actual ride. I think if I played it again, I would have more fun because I would know what to shoot. But honestly, like the gameplay, it's not that fun or interesting. It's basically like the Buzz Lightyear one at Disney. So, not that much. Another highlight, so it was those two. The Tomb of the Mummy one was also quite fun because I do enjoy like traditional roller coasters, you know, just hardcore fast roller coasters. So the Tomb of the Mummy one, or Return of the Mummy, I don't know. I forgot what the movies are called. The one I don't even remember what the actor's name is called. The one from The Whale. That one was a fun ride. Quite fast. Could have been, you know, I wish there were more roller coasters at Universal, but a lot of them are just thematic rides, which is cool in and of itself if you enjoy the rides. The Transformers one was quite fun as well. Kyo said that it was his like least favorite ride because it's just cinematic, and it does get kind of repetitive, but it was okay. I will say it was like so loud though. Everything was so loud. There's like guns blaring, and then, you know, Transformers have like, you know, they're like metals. They're like all metal. So hearing like metal screeching and everything is like, it just hurts the ears. And it was so loud. Another favorite ride was Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park ride was just water based. It was silly watching everyone get covered in water, including me. It's funny because like it depends on your clothes, right? So like some people's clothes just have like it's just so apparent where you got wet. So that was a fun ride, but I think my top 3 favorite attractions was probably the Harry Potter, the Super Mario, the Bowser's Castle was really cool. I don't really care about the ride itself, but the castle was really cool to look through. So I would say the Return of the Mummy, Jurassic Park, Harry Potter. I'm trying to think of other rides I went on, but it honestly, if I don't remember, it probably wasn't that good, right? And finally, the Hollywood Tour. I think Hollywood Tour was one of my favorite parts because I'm kind of like I don't know. I want to call myself like a movie guy. Well, I kind of am a movie guy, but I like seeing it's really interesting seeing like sets and stuff to me, seeing the behind the scenes of stuff. So during the Hollywood Tour, you go on like a little like trolley that it's not really a trolley, it's like a cart that someone drags. There's like a driver, and then there's like 8 carts that they drive, and they just take you around Hollywood, the Hollywood sets. And it's really cool because you get to see all the sets and how like all the fake buildings and stuff that they make. And yeah, that was really interesting to me. We got to see the Good Place set, which is really cool because I love the Good Place. We saw Jaws. Never watched Jaws, but it was the coolest part because there was like we see like the little lake that the Jaws is in or something, and I took a video of it. You go through, you're like driving along like kind of like I don't even know, it's like a lake, and there's like a little narrator announcer being like, there's a shark, like warning, there's a shark in the water or something. Da, 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 da. And then like a barrel like catches on fire, shoots a huge flame into the sky. I had no idea what to expect. Like 2 barrels just explode in flames, which is sick. And then a shark, you see like a little shark fin coming towards you, riding along the side of the water. And then you see the shark pop up. And then it got close to me. It got close to me and it sprayed water. I did not expect it to spray water. It did not spray water before that. I swear to God. Like, there are a bunch of carts ahead of me. Did not see it spray water, but once it got right next to me, it fucking exploded and just squirted water all over me. And I got jump scared in my recording, like when I took a video of it. You can see me like get jump scared because I did not expect that at all. Same with the fire explosion. That also jump scared me, but I wasn't that close to it. So that was cool on the Hollywood tour. There was also the Bates Hotel and Alfred Hitchcock. I don't really care about Alfred Hitchcock that much, but I did watch his movies. I took a film class in high school, and I did watch a couple of his films, and I thought they were cool. I did like Psycho and Vertigo. I think those are my two favorite movies from him. And I think in middle school, I also wrote a report on him because I think I was doing some multimedia class and we had to do a report on like a director, and I did a report on him because he was like, you know, the father of thriller. Not really. I forgot his title. It's been so long. Hi, Wallflower. Yeah, pretty fun. What else was fun? I think we saw the set of Nope. We saw the set of some other thing that looked like a plane. It was like a plane crash. They got a real plane and crashed it. No, I'm just kidding. They like broke it apart and made it look like a plane crashed in some city. I don't know what film or TV series it was from though. It was like broken in a city. It was cool. There was like fire, or like a lot of smoke, that fake smoke, I would assume, in the area, and then you can see like the broken airplane like have electrical surges and stuff. It was pretty cool to look at, but I honestly have no idea what it was. There were two sections where they bring your trolley into a little like black building, dark building, and it becomes like a 4D cinema, like theater. They like literally sit you in a cave, and there's screens on the sides like all around, and they simulate some movie. So one of the movies was Jurassic Park, and the other one was Fast and Furious. So the Fast and Furious one was so fucking loud, by the way, but it was, I've never watched the Fast and Furious movies, but looking at it in that setting was really stupid. Were you at Universal Studios? Yeah, I was. I'm describing my Hollywood tour. The Fast and Furious one was so silly. I've never watched it, but like watching it, it was so chaotic. There's like a bunch of cars. There's like someone driving a forklift, like a rigged out forklift. The Diesel like gets out of his car mid driving, you know, in the middle of the freeway, gets out, gets on the roof, and then just jumps on a helicopter. Like, I don't even know. I guess the helicopter was trying to kill them, but it gets really close, and he just jumps on the helicopter, disappears into the sky, and then I'm like, what the fuck? And then like a minute later, he comes back. The helicopter drops back down, and he just gets off the helicopter, and then just gets back in the car like nothing happened. Like he just took a water break. It was so stupid, and it was so loud with all the guns blaring. It was crazy. I'm like, damn, is this Fast and Furious? All I know about Fast and Furious is See You Again and Tokyo Drift. I think they just drift, you know? I thought it was just a racing movie. But they made it look like Mad Max. Is Mad Max also... Mad Max is different from Fast and Furious, right? Yeah, he just literally disappears on a helicopter for a minute and then comes back and like no questions asked. Lots of explosions, lots of guns. Yeah. I don't really care about that. The Jurassic Park version of that, the cinema, like where you're in the dark cave, was also pretty whatever. Oh, it wasn't Jurassic Park. It was... Wait, was it Jurassic Park? I think it might have been King Kong versus Godzilla. Or just King Kong. I think I recall seeing a gorilla fight a dinosaur. I swear to God it was a dinosaur though. I don't know if it was Godzilla because there were definitely a lot of dinosaurs. Not sure. You can never forget family. Yeah, he kept saying it over and over. There was like The Rock. But I do remember seeing the Jurassic Park one, or the, I don't know what it was. King Kong, Godzilla, Jurassic Park movie type thing, 4D movie during the Hollywood tour. I was with a friend, or I was like, you know, sitting with some friends, and I was like looked over to one of them, or we sat down, and I'm on the far right, right? So there's like maybe like 10 seats in a row, and I'm on the far right. So I'm like, I basically have window seat, but it's like an open, it's like a golf cart. Imagine a large golf cart, right? So it's very open on the sides, and I'm on the far right, so I'm on the edge. And I'm just sitting there. We've gotten sprayed by like literally half of the rides that we were on. Something has sprayed us with water, and this is like the last thing we're doing for the day. And you know, all of us are still drying off from getting like wet from like everything. And I sit down and we start driving for like 2 minutes at the start of the Hollywood tour. And I'm like, you know, I'm a pretty observant guy. I like look down to the seat in front of me, and I look at the back of the chair of only the part in front of me. And I'm like, huh, there's like one speck of water droplet here. I'm like, that's weird. It's like really unnatural. There's only one speck, and it's like a small speck too. It's not like someone spilled water or like spit or anything. I'm like, this is kind of weird. Why is there a water droplet here? I'm like, that's kind of odd. And then I'm like talking to my friend, and they're like, oh, you know, maybe someone's sweating. And I'm like, ugh, it doesn't make sense to be sweating. If you sweat, like, you just drench the back. It doesn't drop like that off the back of your chair. Little did we know, we go to the Jurassic Park Godzilla like movie thing, and they fucking spray water again on me. And I'm like, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew that they would do that. And then also the Jaws one where they spray water. So I got sprayed twice during that ride. I swear to God, every single ride in Universal Studios has a water sprayer. Yeah, that was pretty much it. That was the Universal trip. It was pretty fun. I don't know if I would go again. Maybe in the future. I see that they're making a Fast and Furious ride when we were there, but it wasn't complete yet. So honestly, it's like the rides are interesting and thematically really cool, but the rides weren't like interesting enough for me to want to go more than once. I do like roller coasters more. The Universal just thought you needed some watering. Yeah, I am pretty dehydrated. What else did we do there? We tried some of the Mario food. The Mario calzone was pretty good. Also, after like a few of the rides, I was getting really hungry, so I ate like I had a pretzel. It was a soft pretzel, which was like pretty bland but really fluffy somehow. It actually hit so hard because I was starving. And I usually don't buy like amusement park food because it's so fucking expensive. It was like $13 for it. And then like an extra like $1 or $2 for cheese dip. And let me just say, the cheese dip was fucking like so salty and also really hard. Like imagine like you have like one of those little cup for gel or something. If you ever, I don't know, maybe like lotion or gel, or what's this product that you put in your hair? It's like that, right? It's like a really thick consistency. I tried dipping we tried dipping our like pretzels in the cheese, and it's like so hard. Like when you put it in, you barely pick anything up because it just leaves like a little indent and doesn't pick anything up. So I had to like, I got like my water bottle and just put some water in it, started mixing it only a little bit, and then it was like more dip like consistency, and it tasted pretty good. You can get hit by a nuke and still be okay. Was there anything unique about the Mario calzone, or was it a regular calzone with the name plastered? Nothing was unique. It was mushroom. There was mushroom in it. That's pretty much it. And it looked like a shroom. Okay, well, the taste wise, okay. The appearance wise, it looks like a red mushroom. I think you can get a green one too, which is like vegan or something, or like vegetarian. I don't know what the difference was. I think we had a group of like 10 people and not a single one got the green mushroom. I didn't really look at the menu. So I don't know what was in it, but not a single person, not even for like variety or just like, you know, let's try everything. No one got a single green mushroom calzone. So I don't know what was in it. But the red mushroom, it looks like a red mushroom. So there's like, it's just dyed red. Part of it's dyed red, and then they have like pieces of like mozzarella to mimic the little circles on the mushrooms. And taste wise, I would describe it as it just tastes like a hot pocket, like a little bit better hot pocket. And I love hot pockets. I had one earlier today actually. So taste wise, it was pretty good. It like, I don't know how to describe it. It's definitely not $13 worth, but it's better than most amusement park food that I've had. Like, I feel like amusement park food, especially like attraction wise and jacked up prices, it's like pretty mid and doesn't taste like anything. But that one actually, you know, had some flavor. It was pretty good. Ooh, look at the C3. Do you think that Hogwarts Castle is actual bricks? No way, it's not. We actually made it just in time for, speaking of Hogwarts, we made it just in time for like, they had like a little Triwizard Tournament dance sequence, which was pretty cool. Yeah, actually for the Mario Calzone, I think they just opened it. It was the first time they opened it. I think that's what the guy said. There was like a little like, there was a guy, like a manager of the store who came by or like was around and then saying like, oh yeah, you know, we're open, because we were the first ones there. We arrived during the park opening, so we were the first ones there, and they were like, yeah, we're open, we just opened up, come in. And then we got some, and I got the red Mario mushroom calzone, and the cheese, there's like the little circles of mozzarella cheese I mentioned, right? It was like stuck onto the top of the bag, so it wasn't on the calzone itself. It was stuck on the bag, and I'm like, huh, like, is this cheese? Like, what is this? I'm like poking at it from underneath the bag, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is this supposed to happen? And then the manager who's walking around saw me looking at it, like just prodding at it, like, what is this? And then he's like, oh, sorry. And then he like changed it back or gave it back to the servers and said to change it out. And he's like, sorry, yeah, you know, whatever, blah blah blah, apologizing. I'm like, okay, I didn't really care anyway. Didn't even know that was supposed to happen or not. Pretty good. They also had drinks. It was like a one up soda. It was like lime soda with a little like mushroom bath bomb that you drop into your soda, and then it fizzes up with like glitter and flavoring. I think that was green apple and for the green one, and I think the red one was like, I don't know, like cherry probably, or raspberry. I don't know. I don't think anyone got that one either. Ironically, nobody got the green mushroom, and like nobody got the red drink. So it was all right. It tasted good. It was just lime soda. He told us that we should take it outside because it's meant to be made to be drank in the sun, because the glitter makes it sparkle and stuff and shine in the sun. And then we took it out and then recorded it, and it was pretty lame. I don't think I noticed a single sparkle. Drink itself is fine. It was also like $13. Yeah, in terms of Hogwarts, I mean not Hogwarts, Universal, I think just seeing everything was cool, but the attractions were mid. I'm more of a roller coaster guy, so it was whatever to me. Oh my god, speaking of Hogwarts and Universal, there was also another ride for Harry Potter. It was the what was it? I don't know. Hippogriff. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you for being so knowledgeable about Harry Potter. because I don't remember any names. It was the hippogriff ride, and you're just in a little ride, and we were in line for like 10 minutes. The ride lasts, I shit you not, 10 seconds. We literally go around in a circle like twice, and it's like kind of fast, you know, like decently fast. You just go around, drive in a circle, and then it stops, and then you just come back, and then like literally no, like barely really any drops either, and we're just like, that was it. A rhythm once. Damn. Yeah, I'm surprised you remembered what I was talking about though, considering I like only said Griff. I was gonna say Gryffindor or a Griffith, like fucking Berserk. Yeah, that ride was so lame. I was actually so Ham was in our group, Ham Pwned, and she was like screaming. She was like doing this whole bit where she would like scream before we even like start moving or before we go down a drop. She was like, should I scream to us? And then we were like, I was like, you should scream before we hit the peak, like right as we're going up, and then be completely silent as we're going down. And so we got in front of us was this kid with his like grandma, you know, don't know if his grandma or his mom, but she was really old. She looked like 60 something, and Ham's like screaming before we like the moment we leave the station, the initial station, and then the kid in front of us is like, there's no drop. And then every time she would scream, the kid would just like look over to the person, the adult, like the grandma next to him, and just be like, what the hell? So stupid. I think that was one of the rides. What was it? Maybe it was the Harry Potter one. I'm not sure. Ham was also screaming during that one. The first ride, the first Harry Potter ride, the Mentor one. And she was screaming, and I think it was so loud. I don't remember which ride it was, but I remember sitting next to Ham for one of the rides, and she was screaming so loud, it like actually feels like it burst in my eardrums. Speaking of which, we also went to karaoke a couple days before, and she was also screaming something to the max. That actually burst in my eardrums as well. Ham screams so loudly in person. Yeah, I think that's all the Universal trip. Non-Universal, a lot of food. We baked a cake because last year when I met up with Maya before, and we had like an Airbnb with like a lot of our other friends, I told Maya because Maya bakes a lot, you know, she like does a lot of baking. She actually made us like a lot of macaroons last time we met up, and that shit was so good. She had like so many different flavors. It was funny because we were there with Kyo last year, and you know, Kyo is Maya's roommate, so I feel like he would eat a lot of the macarons, or like he would at least get to try them whenever she makes them. But he ate so much of the macarons. Which is fair, because they were delicious. Little Gemini prune. Yeah, they were delicious. But yeah, I know Maya's like a really good baker. So last year I said that I wanted to bake a cake or do some baking with her. So I asked her to bring her baking, or like we got like baking supplies, but a lot of things came up and we didn't really have time to make a cake last year. So this year I said, okay, Maya, we're gonna bring all our baking supplies and we are going to bake for sure this time. So we decided to bake a cake, and we made a little funfetti vanilla cake. I didn't really care about the recipe, honestly. I'm a box cake eater. I love cake and sweets, and I genuinely, unironically prefer like super sweet ass box cake and pre-made frosting as opposed to like real bakery cakes. Genuinely. But you know, I'm like baking here. I also like baking things from scratch, and I feel like it doesn't hit the same. There's something about that processed taste that just tastes so good. But I like really regular cake too, and I wanted to. It's not fun making a box cake because it's so easy. You just like, you know, put the powder, put some like milk, and you got a cake. It's not really fun, so we made it from scratch. Had to buy a lot of supplies. We went to an Amazon Fresh to get all of our groceries, and I've never been to an Amazon Fresh. I've never even like heard of an in-person Amazon Fresh before. And if you don't know it, Amazon has like a thing, at least in America, where they can deliver you groceries. So apparently they have like a specific building in some places that actually supplies you with those groceries, and you can go in, and we have like a whole like 10 like young adults or so just there, all huddled around like one grocery cart, like examining the technology like we're cavemen. Because how Amazon Fresh works is that you like get a cart, and when you get your cart, you have to connect your Amazon Prime or Amazon account, and Amazon Prime gives you like discounts if you want. You connect it to the cart, and when you grab an item off the shelf and put it into your cart, you can scan it so that you're basically buying it on the spot. And it tracks like how much each item weighs, so that if you take it out of the cart, it'll tell you like, oh, you took this item out of your cart, do you want it removed? Because it like detects the weight. So it's really cool. We were all just like playing around, poking and prodding at it to see if it would like register the weight of our fingers as an item, but it was really smart. So yeah, we were just buying groceries there. My first time, oops, at an Amazon Fresh. I just think you've never had a really good homemade cake before with a lot of love. I don't know. I just like a lot of sugar. I mean, I think our cake was pretty good. I just prefer box cake. I love vanilla cake and frosting. We did make a buttercream frosting, and I think it was the second time I've made buttercream, and honestly, I don't really like buttercream either. I don't like whipped cream, and I don't like buttercream. I think I'm a frosting guy. Maybe it's nostalgic, too. Maybe. It just tastes so good, guys. It's specifically cake, too, because I love making cookies from scratch more than cake. Or more than, like, bought cookies or, like, box mixed cookies. Something about that cake flavor. I don't know. So good. Yeah, we made a buttercream frosting with a funfetti cake. And then we had like espresso cookies and cream buttercream frosting. It was pretty good. Unfortunately, didn't finish it all. I don't think we didn't really even make it to eat it, to be honest. We made it for fun. Ever had a cream cheese frosting? Cream cheese frosting is good too, but I feel like it depends on the cake. I feel like it doesn't fit with every single flavor of cake. Speaking of cream cheese frosting, I just had Popeyes the other day, and I don't really like their biscuits too much because it's dry as fuck, as everyone knows. But it came with my meal, and I ordered. Apparently, you can add like 50 cents to your thing to upgrade your biscuit into a strawberry and cheese biscuit, and that shit is so good, guys. It's so okay. It's really sweet, first of all, but it tastes exactly like a toaster strudel. You know, like the Hillsbury Farm or whatever. You know, that little dough guy. Tastes like that toaster strudel. So sweet and sugary. It's a biscuit, so it's the only thing is it tasted a little like stale, or like some parts were a little hard on the edges. But honestly, it's a Popeyes biscuit. You know, I'm not really expecting much, but it was pretty good. I was like so full from everything I ate from Popeyes, but the moment I took a bite out of that just to try, I was like, damn, this shit's so good. And I just ate it all. So good. It had a cream cheese frosting and like strawberry syrup, pretty much. So good. Yeah, I like carrot cake and cream cheese frosting. I prefer cream cheese. Like if I were to tier my favorite stuff to put on cake, it would probably be like regular frosting, then cream cheese frosting. Um, maybe whipped cream, like whipped cream, not whipped cream, but like whipped frosting or whatever. And then buttercream. I don't really like buttercream. It tastes too much like butter. Or I don't like the texture of buttercream because it gives me too much butter texture. But yeah, maybe I like cream cheese frosting because it's sweet and it's also a frosting. Whipped is really good on strawberry cake. Yeah, whipped is only good on like a really light cake. Which does taste good, but like I'm a really sweet heavy guy, so it's usually not sweet enough for me. I like it on like I like whipped cream or whipped. I don't know, is it whipped? Is it called a whipped cream? I like whipped cream on really dense cakes, like a lava cake, you know? Something like that that's like really rich. That doesn't need frosting. I mean, most people eat like lava cake with ice cream, which what's up, Dongus? Isn't the dense cake already sweet? Yeah, it is. But like a lot of people eat lava cake with ice cream. I'm sure it would taste good with just like whipped cream instead of like ice cream, you know? If you want to cut the sugar down just a little bit. Speaking of which, I love lava cake. Like the denseness and richness of a lava cake does not faze me one bit. And recently, I have discovered the pure genius creation that is a Costco cake. I've never had a Chili's lava cake. It's like on every like restaurant though. Red Lobster and, you know, Olive Garden. Okay, there's this cake at Costco. It's like a huge rectangular cake that's meant for like a party, you know? And it's a chocolate cake. I don't know what it is. I just went to someone's house and ate it. It's amazing. It has the same richness and sweetness as a lava cake, despite not being a lava cake. It's like really gooey in the center because of like the chocolate frosting or chocolate filling. I don't know. It's not really a frosting. Maybe it is a frosting. I don't know. It's crazy. It's so sweet. And it's like 17 bucks for the whole huge rectangle. I had a Domino's. Yeah, Domino's lava cake is good. Yeah, this chocolate Costco cake was fucking so good, and I just think about it. I don't have a Costco membership, so otherwise I would get one. But maybe I shouldn't get one because I've been eating so much lately. I'm trying to diet again, so I can you know, lose some weight. I gained so much weight during the holiday season, from like it's pretty much like end of October to now. I've eaten so much food. It's like time to stop, you know. Lunar New Year's coming up. It's time to change. This is our year. Domino's is shit. It's not my favorite pizza place, but the molten lava cake, it does hit. I think I was speaking of like eating a lot, I was so last week I was with some people, and I met up with some people, and I wasn't intending to meet up with them, but I was just chilling, you know, just doing my own thing, and they hit me up, and they're like, "Yo, we are going to do." It's like 9 p.m. They're like, "Yo, we're gonna do a pizza party, a Little Caesars pizza party," and I'm a Little Caesars apologist. They say, "We're gonna get Little Caesars and some boba pizza party. Are you down?" Like, it's like 9 p.m. and I'm like doing Maple Story dailies. And I'm like, I like, do I have to? Because like I'm like I literally just ate too. I had like a Trader Joe's sandwich or something. I think I had a tuna sandwich from Little Trader Joe's. And they're like, yeah, just come through, you know? Like I'm like, you know, I should probably go out and, you know, socialize with some people. Like I've like never met these people either. They just wanted to hang out. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll come. And I think they were working, or it's because they were doing some work and they took a break to go eat dinner from their work, and then they came back, or and then they hit me up after their dinner and was like, do you want Little Caesars and MOBA? And I'm like, I just ate. And I was like, didn't you guys just eat too? I swear to God, you guys just ate, right? So why are we getting Little Caesars right now? But I'll be like, okay, I'll come. So they stopped by and picked me up, and I got in the car, and I look over in the driver's seat, or like the passenger shotgun, and the person in the front is already holding a Little Caesars pizza. And I'm like, damn, guys, I thought we were going to Little Caesars. And they're like, no, we're going back to my place. And I'm like, what? You guys already got the Little Caesars? I thought we were having a pizza party. So then we go back to their place with the Little Caesars, and yet they're like, yeah. I was like, hey, didn't you guys just eat? I'm not really that hungry, to be honest. So I was like, why'd you guys get a Little Caesars pizza if you just ate? And they told me like, oh, I've never had Little Caesars before, and we were just talking about it, so I just felt like I wanted to try it. And I'm like, you know, it's kind of hit or miss, to be honest. But the moment we got back to their place, they're like working on something together, so they all started working again. And I'm just sitting there in the room, and I'm like kind of full, so I don't even eat the pizza, and nobody else has really touched the pizza. It was a half breadstick, half pizza, Little Caesars pizza, and one person grabbed one breadstick on the breadstick side. And then they went back to work, and I was just watching them work while I sat there for, I don't know, like 3 hours. And after they finished working, you know, I was just chilling at their place. They come back around and they're like, oh shit, I forgot about the pizza. You sound like a big hater for an apologist. Wait, what am I hating? Anyway, they look back over and they're like, oh fuck, I forgot about the Little Caesars pizza. And then I was like, yeah, didn't you say you've never had it before? And then they were like, yeah. So then they go over, they pick up like the cold Little Caesars pizza, not even the pizza, they pick up the breadstick. So they pick up one piece of the breadstick and they take a bite out of it, and then they're like, yeah, it is mid. And I'm like, damn. And then they're like, yeah, so what now? And then I was like, okay, I guess you go home. They're like, can you drop me off back at my place? And they're like, yeah. And like, what are we gonna do with the pizza? And then they're just like, oh, I guess we'll throw it away. And I'm like, damn, this whole pizza and breadsticks. And I'm like, Woody holding back Sora emoji, like picture sticker. Guys, don't worry, I'll take the pizza. So I just took this whole ass pizza missing 2 breadsticks home. They didn't even try the pizza. They just ate the breadstick, the cold breadstick. And I will say, honestly, this Little Caesars one was one of the best Little Caesars I've ever had. Like, I was eating Little Caesars for the next 3 days. And I only sometimes reheated it. And even if I didn't reheat it, it was still like pretty moist. And yeah, it wasn't usually hard or cold or hard like normal Little Caesars, or honestly any pizza I eat is. It was just as good as when we got it the first time. Well, I wouldn't know because I didn't even eat a pizza slice when we got it. Because you were hesitant about getting it? Well, no, I was hesitant because I just finished eating a Trader Joe's tuna sandwich, and they just finished eating sushi. And also, I was doing my Maple Story dailies, so I didn't really want to go outside. That's the not because of Little Caesars. If anything, the Little Caesars was the biggest motivator for me to leave my home. So yeah, I was just eating it. There we go. Yeah. Wait, what is this emote? Let him cook. Yeah. I forgot that I have a 7TV emote for it. It's my favorite thing to reference whenever I do something. That shit was awesome though. I love Little Caesars. Speaking of being an apologist, I don't know. I feel like I've mentioned it before, like maybe once or twice, but I don't really talk about it often. But I am a really big Burger King apologist as well. I love Burger King. I used to eat it like every week when I was in Boy Scouts. Oh my god, I ate so much fast food as a kid. Now I'm thinking about it. But every Thursday, I would have piano lessons, and next to my piano lessons is a KFC. So I would have KFC before or after my piano lessons, depending on when I'm hungry. And but on Saturdays, I would go to Boy Scouts, my Boy Scout meeting, and on the way back, I would grab Burger King. So I love Burger King. I feel like it's not as good as it was back in the day. Or one of my favorite items is called the Stacker, and it got removed a long time ago. So I don't like Burger King as much, but I still like a lot of their food. You know, I'm a big apologist, and it's cheap, relatively. You know, everything's skyrocketed due to inflation, but it's still relatively cheap, especially the nuggets. But everyone I know, like, hates Burger King. Like, especially, like, content creators. And, like, I know Moist Critical. I sometimes watch his videos where he's, like, eating, trying every fast food, and he like absolutely despises burger. He thinks it's like the most shit food in all of existence, and a lot of people seem to think the same way. And I feel like it's just a what's it called? It's a stigma that's like, you know, it's a what's it called when everyone believes like the same thing. Yeah, the spicy chicken was the best chicken sandwich ever. Okay, I think flavor-wise, it was not as good as like a Popeyes or Chick-fil-A sandwich. Just the dry rub by itself. But the thing about the spicy chicken is that it's like drenched in sauce. And I love sauce. I'm a sauce guy, so I thought it was fine. And but when it comes to the actual chicken, like taste, Popeyes and Chick-fil-A is better, IMO. But the sauce makes up for it. But one thing that the chicken does really well is that it's fucking humongous. It is huge. And it's also like the same price. It's like $5 or $6 for the burger or for the sandwich. The chicken's huge. Yeah. I think it's probably like top 2, top 3 chicken sandwiches for me. Fast food chicken sandwiches. But I'm so sad they removed it. I still, when I go to Burger King now, I get the new chicken sandwich, not the original one that's like in a sub or whatever. I don't get that. I get the chicken sandwich. That's like my go-to order nowadays. But anyway, I digress. Small tangent aside, going back to Burger King. So a lot of people like to hate on Burger King. And I recently watched Sidion upload a video a couple days ago. It was blind tasting burgers. And what the gist of the video is that her, Toast, Lily, and Hypersonic are in a... I accidentally broke my rod. Are in a car. Sean is driving them around town and stopping at fast food places. He goes in, buys burgers, and then brings it to the car while they're blindfolded, and they have to guess where that burger is from, right? So they suck. Really bad. Oh my god, my eyes open. I like tapped it. Sorry. I'm like looking at my other screen. I look so freaky when I open it. I was not prepared for that. Yeah, they suck really bad. I think the first thing they get is like, okay, what's Bat Burger? But I've never had Bat Burger, honestly. So I have no opinions on that. but they get every single one wrong. They go to 5 places, they go 0 for 5 on fast food places. But one thing that does happen is that for like 20 minutes of the video, they are shitting on Burger King and saying like, oh, this Burger King is so shit. And they've always said that Burger King is shit. And then they get to Burger King. They eat Burger King. And they're like, wow, this bread is so fluffy. It's so warm. The food is served warm. The burger is juicy and tastes fresh. And I'm like, what the hell? Honestly, I don't have those feelings about Burger King. They must have gotten like the best Burger King ever. Because that's not my experience. And I love Burger King. And they think that it's Wendy's because it tastes so fresh. And then it was like their second favorite burger out of all 5. The first one being Fat Burger. So they like Fat Burger the most. Everyone just hates Burger King for no reason. Yeah, and they were like so shocked because they've been hating on it, and I'm like, I never felt so validated. Apparently John Masayoshi likes Burger King as well. I didn't know that. He's just like me for real. My friends has this like running gag with me. I don't know why, but they say that I remind, or John Masayoshi reminds him of me, or he says that he gives the same vibe as me, and I don't see it. So I've never watched, like, I don't really watch John, especially like when he mentioned it, so I didn't really know much about him, and I watched him and I'm like, I don't really see it, and then I see clips sometimes and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of me coded, but after apparently John really likes Burger King, so I'm like, damn, maybe he just like me for real. Yeah, crowd mentality. I had always wanted to try the Baconator, tried it at the airport, and it was the worst thing I ever had at a fast food place. Five Guys had good burgers though. I do like Five Guys a little bit. I could never justify that price. They got In-N-Out wrong, which is crazy because they live in California. They probably get In-N-Out all the time, and In-N-Out is so unique because they gave Sid and Toast the wrapper too. And if you know In-N-Out is wrapped with a wrapper only on the bottom half, right? It's in a bag, and then there's a wrapper in the bottom half only, so it's very uniquely wrapped compared to other fast food places, and they got that wrong. I don't know how. It has such a unique taste to me too. I feel like I would slam a blind burger challenge. Baconator's Wendy's, yeah. I tried Wendy's for the first time, I think last year or 2 years ago, and honestly, like, I thought that was like the greatest fast food ever, but it's not. It's like, okay. And I feel like every time I have Wendy's after that, I don't really eat Wendy's often because it's not near my area, but every time I eat Wendy's, I feel just so affirmed that the food is just okay. I think I had it last week again, recently. And honestly, the burgers at Wendy's are pretty bland. Every time I have Wendy's, it just does not taste that good. I feel like it needs sauce or just salt. But if you don't have sauce, it just needs it so bad. And the sauces at Wendy's are not even that good either. The fries are okay. My friend says that she loves Wendy's fries and says it's like the best. She's like, it's like her favorite fries and the best fries in all the fast food industry. And I will say it's pretty freaking good. But I think, hot take, Burger King peak beats Wendy's. I'll say it. Wendy's fries are mid, not gonna lie. It's pretty mid. I would say it's consistently like high B, A tier. Consistently. What I do like from Wendy's is their consistency. Like, I feel like I know exactly what I'm gonna get from their Wendy's fries. Burger King has the problem where if you've ever had fresh Burger King, if you're ever lucky enough, I should say, to have Burger King fries fresh, it's like the best fries that you could get from any fast food joint. That's not curly fries, which I'm going to get to. If you want like a regular, like, I don't know what type of fry it is. A steak fry? Steak fries are kind of big. Just like, you know, the little sticks. A fresh Burger King fry is probably the best fast food fries. But that's only if you get them fresh. If you get them like old, it's like mid or just it's gonna be like mid to low mid. But yeah, but Burger King's peak beats Wendy's peaks. IMO. That being said, Jack in the Box has the best fries because it's curly. I think Carl's Jr. I don't really have Carl's Jr. But I think they also have curly fries, so that automatically puts them in like S tier. I actually really enjoy Chick-fil-A's fries because it's pretty salty. I love salt. Chick-fil-A also just has really good sauces, so that puts their fries higher as well. I don't know what makes the waffle fries just taste so good, but Chick-fil-A has really good fries actually. McDonald's is like so mid. So mid. In-N-Out is good for 5 seconds. In-N-Out is like B tier for 5 seconds, and then after those 5 seconds are up, it's like F tier. BK is better than Wendy's in some aspects. I love Burger King. There you go. Have you tried Arby's curly fries? I don't think I've had Arby's in my life. But I mean, curly fries sounds awesome. I think curly fries are just peak. Yeah. I think Jack in the Box is like what people... It's like Burger King. It's like so... But Jack in the Box is so incredibly mid. Like, the burgers always taste old and dry and not very seasoned. And also the sauce selection kind of sucks as well. But the fries are really good. It's my favorite fries. It like does everything a fry needs to do for me. It's just there. It's just good to put in my mouth. It's just good filler. It just tastes good. Solid. Have you ever had good Wingstop fries? Those are the best fries on the planet Earth. I don't really like Wingstop fries too much. They're okay. I think it's the skin. I don't really like the skin texture. It like kind of kills it for me. It's okay. Doesn't beat curly fries. I haven't had Sonic fries. I think the closest Sonic to me is like an hour away. And in the middle of nowhere. Do McDonald's fries have seasoning in the States? Not seasoning, it has salt. I mean, sometimes. I feel like sometimes they forget to salt their fries. I feel like McDonald's has like more inconsistent fries than Burger King to me. I feel like half the time it's like not, they forget the salt on my McDonald's fries. Yeah, we don't really have many Sonics here. I do think Sonic's burgers and hot dogs suck though. I do not like Sonic's. Do you guys have Foster Freeze anywhere other than California? I'm not sure. Sonic just tastes like... Sonic hot dogs and burgers just taste like cafeteria food to me. Foster's Freeze. Foster's Freeze is like a... one of those like drive-in burger shops. You know, imagine a movie set in the 70s or something like Grease, and you just drive your car in, order at a window, and then they give you your food, and then you just eat in your car or standing next to your car. Like that type of vibe. So it's been around for a long time. They serve cheeseburgers. They serve they have like regular fries. I forgot what fries they have. They serve hot dogs, and they also serve like chili burgers, chili dogs on top of that. But what they're most known for, because they're called Foster's Freeze, is they're most known for their milkshakes, which is just like an ice cream base with You know, they either throw in like M&Ms or Reese's or like caramel, stuff like that, which is okay. It tastes like everything you would expect. Like, it's like it's like a time capsule. Like, I feel like when you imagine the taste of a normal average burger and a normal hot dog and just a milkshake, it just, what you would expect is Foster's Freeze. And their burgers and chili and hot dogs are so dry, and everything they have, all their food tastes like cafeteria food, minus the milkshakes. The milkshakes are fine. Well, it's not milkshakes. It's actually just ice cream. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a milkshake. It's more like a McFlurry. I mean, a McFlurry is kind of liquidy, so it's like a more solid McFlurry. Like, think of that. But yeah. I think their food sucks ass though. They have a few locations in California. I'm assuming it's a Californian thing. Wingstop fries are too sweet for my taste. Yeah, Wingstop fries is like kind of whatever. Whenever I get the Wingstop fries, I always get it with like the fucking sauce drenched all over it. The way you were describing it, I thought you were gonna praise it. No, I was just describing it as it was because I had to give context because apparently you guys don't have it. I mean, the ice cream is good though. Like, it hits. The ice cream hits. It's not the best ice cream I've ever had, but it's fine for what it is. Ice cream. Oh my god, speaking of which, speaking of ice cream, so if you were in Maya's stream, Maya was talking about how we made a cake, right? So to make a cake, we had to have like, we bought like eggs for the cake, and we had a ham on duty for cracking the eggs and separating the egg yolks for the cake because the cake only uses egg whites. So we had like 6 extra egg yolks, 4 extra eggs, and like 4 extra egg yolks available. So Ham broke like 2 egg yolks and ruined a batch, so she just got rid of them, and I was like, no, like, you're wasting them. Because I was like, we could use these egg yolks and all these eggs. We could have like made an omelet or something, you know. I never had Whataburger. Yeah, so what I decided to do is that we had a bunch of eggs left over and egg yolks, so I made a custard. I searched up some recipes of like what you could do with egg yolks, and I made a custard. I was planning to make like a little small custard as a little dessert treat for people for the next coming days. But we had like dinner plans at like 10 p.m. and it was like 9:30. It was like a 30-minute drive. And it was like 9:30 because I started too late. So I was trying to cook down this custard in a saucepan for as long as I could. But by the time we had to leave, I was just like, fuck it, we just gotta go. And I just put it in cups and then I sent it into the fridge. And when I came back, it did not set like at all. It was kind of runny. It was more like a yogurt consistency than a custard. So yeah, not great. But what I did end up doing is that I put one in the freezer. I took a bite out of it, or took a little spoonful, and it tasted exactly like just melted ice cream. So I was like, damn, you know, taste wise, it's there. It's like, doesn't taste bad, but the consistency is not a custard or a pudding like. So I just threw it in the freezer, and I knew it wasn't gonna set because you need an ice cream maker to make ice cream. And I realized that this tastes just like ice cream because ice cream is a custard in and of itself, you know. Most ice creams are like custard based. So if I put it in the freezer, it'll be like ice cream. But I don't have an ice cream maker because you need to churn ice cream in order to stop it from making ice crystals to make. So obviously we don't have, I've been in Airbnb, we don't have an ice cream maker. I'm not gonna buy one. So I just put it in the freezer and I tried it, and honestly, maybe a hot take as well, but I am a lover of ice, like little ice crystals in my ice cream. Do you guys like that? Do you guys prefer your ice cream as like smooth consistency, or do you like it a little icy? Because I like it for the texture. I like having a little crunch in my ice cream. Putting ice in ice cream? Well, I didn't put ice. It just formed ice because it froze. When you make an ice cream with an ice cream maker, it's like slow process, and it also like breaks it down so that ice crystals don't form and make it solid. So it makes it smoother in an ice cream machine. That's what it does. Freeze burn? Basically freeze burn. Yeah, so when I was eating it, it was basically kind of really crystally for the first time. But I realized, you know what I did? We had some extra Oreos because we bought Oreos for the cake, and also we had a cookies and cream, buttercream, but also just to eat. I grabbed some Oreos, and I've done this before. Just started crushing up some Oreos in one of the custard cups. I made 6. Ate one normally, and ate one that was completely frozen. And then one, I broke in some cookies and cream. Sorry, not cookies and cream. I broke in some Oreos, and I put it in the freezer. And then every like 5 to 10 minutes or so, I would self-churn this. So I would take it out of the freezer. The sides would be like completely frozen. And then I would break it apart and mix it in. And I did this for like 5 hours. Like every 10 minutes, I would go to the freezer, break it down, remix it, and then go back, sit down, and we were like watching MasterChef. And then I would go back to the freezer, set in 10 minutes, break it down. I did this for like 5 hours. And that shit was so good. It was still kind of crystally, but honestly, I like that. I don't think I would have it any other way. Manual ice cream. Yeah, it was a lot of labor. So you melted the ice cream, a kind of hot take. Yeah. If you really think about it, it's kind of like, if you ever watch those viral ice cream making videos, you know, the rolled ice cream where you go to like a little shop and they have like, they just put a bunch of like milk cream on a cold like stovetop basically, and then they just get like the little choppies, and then they cut the ice, they cut the cream, and then they start rolling it. They like start chopping, throw some nuts and candy or whatever. It's basically like that. So I would, yeah, I have it in like a mug, and then I would just scrape the sides, mix it in, and then by the time, I probably could have done it for like 2 or 3 more rotations or cycles of mixing it, but I just called it at some point because I was like, you know, ice cream is ice cream, and it was so good. At that point, like I mixed it so much that the cookies and cream was like completely spread out within it. It was like that grayish color that you expect from cookies and cream ice cream. So good. I would genuinely do that again. Okay, well, I wouldn't do it again because the labor is too much. Like I'm not gonna sit at a freezer actually for like and open it every 10 minutes. I would only do it there because I had nothing else to do. We're just watching MasterChef, so I could kill the time. But I would use the same recipe, do the same thing with the cookies and cream if I had like an ice cream machine. You got that chef mentality? Yeah, I've been watching so much MasterChef lately, guys. I just like I'm MasterChef cooking pilled. You know what we had? We had this Korean place, which is a Galpi Gym or something. Never had it before, but it was my first time. It's basically like short rib and oxtail and like a little like sauce stew almost. And then you just eat it as a party with like 4 people. It was pretty good. It's a Korean dude, and you know, we had a lot of leftovers, so we took it back home, and the next day we were like, I was like, we wanted to get some people wanted to get some lobster rolls at a place nearby, which is pretty fire, by the way. Probably one of the best lobster rolls I've ever had. It was like 25 bucks for 2. Hella expensive, but it's fine. We had that, and while we're in the shop, there was like a lot of things on the wall. It was a pretty cool shop. They had like a bunch of Italian food, or like pasta. They had like some cheeses and stuff. And I was like, you know what would be so fire if we got like the Galbi Gym from the last night, and then and then just cooked it with pasta. You know, like thickened it up with like some little pasta water, made a little sauce that coated it. That would make some fire pasta. So I ended up buying some pasta there, and we didn't have time. We ended up meeting some other people, and because of that, we got some like hot pot instead. But I took it home with me, and then I made the pasta, and I tried. I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to make a roux. My first time making a roux, which if you don't know, it's kind of like a sauce thickener. It's used in a lot of pasta. It's 3 ingredients: water, butter, and flour. And I fucked up every single stage. I think I had like too hot of a pan. I was so bad at cooking this. I was cooking something else before that. Also, I only had one stove working at the time, and so I was cooking something else before, which was fine. But I had it at a really hot temperature. Oh, this is what happened. Okay, this is what happened. This is why. Okay, let me explain. So, my stoves, I only had none of them were working because okay, this is like a Airbnb. You know, it's not my actual home. Only one of the or they were gas stoves, and you need to light it using the little light function, which basically just releases the gas, and then the light function ignites a spark to like light a fire. That's how, if you don't know how gas stoves work. But the gas was not working because the lighter wasn't working, and we didn't have a lighter, or I didn't have a lighter on me, so I had to ask someone to borrow their lighter to light up the stove, and I didn't want to light like multiple at once. So what we had to do was we boiled the water first for the pasta in a little pot. And obviously we put it to high so we could boil faster, or boil the water faster. And then we took it off. And then also none of the pans or pots were clean. So we had this one wok. I've never cooked in a wok before, but that was all we had. So we had to use that to make the sauce and pasta in. So we boiled the water, took it off, we put the wok on, and the first ingredient for the roux is to make melt some butter. So I put the butter in, but then I forgot to turn down the stove, and I couldn't turn it off, right? Couldn't turn off the stove. This is important too. I can't turn off the stove because I don't have a lighter anymore. The person who had the lighter left, so I didn't have it, and if I turned off the stove, I could not turn it back on. So that's why I didn't really I was like really wary, not trying to touch the temperature too much, because I didn't want to accidentally turn it off out of like muscle memory. I forgot to turn the heat down. So the stove was on high heat, and it was on the wok, or the wok was like huge, and I put it over the fire, and I put the butter in, and then I realized, oh shit, this is still on high, and this wok is really hot. So the moment I put it in, the butter started browning immediately. It was completely melted. Also, I didn't cut the butter up because I was too lazy. I didn't think it would be a problem because I thought I was going to slowly melt it. But then I forgot it was on high. So it started melting the butter really, really fast. And it was like browning really, really fast. So like it was like almost, it was pretty much burnt. Some of it was burnt. Didn't look like it, but I'm pretty sure it was. And then I had someone help me. And I asked them to measure out half a cup of flour so that we could make the roux. And then I was like trying to, you know, save this butter from burning, and I'm just doing this. And then my friend gets the flour and says like, oh, do you want me to put it in now? And I was like, yeah, put it in, or like, you can put it in now. So then they put it in, but I think I didn't hear them correctly. They said, should I put it all in now? And I was like kind of panicking and not paying attention. So when I said yes, I didn't think that they were going to put it all in, but they put all of the flour in, which you're not supposed to do because you're supposed to cook it a little bit at a time to make it thicken up, and also to make sure all the flour is cooked. So they dumped the whole thing, and now I have like this half burnt butter with a shit ton of flour, and also it's a huge ass wok on a small flame, so it's only being heated in some areas of this wok, which it's a complete disaster. And I'm trying to mix all this flour in, but at this point it's like some of it is like not getting cooked thoroughly, and then also this butter was really creamy. it was like so thick for some reason. And we had so much butter and roux. It was insane. I was like, this is not going to work for a pasta. So I ended up throwing it out. I was like trying to save it. I started putting in some, like cracking in some salt and pepper. Just to make it like a, you know, we could turn it into a gravy. Because it's basically what a sausage gravy is made out of. We fucked up every stage. We fucked up the butter, the flour, and the water. Instead of cleaning a pot, you use the wok. Yeah. I ended up having to throw away the whole thing. I like tried putting yeah, so I seasoned it with some salt and pepper. It tasted almost fine. Just imagine the most boring sausage gravy you've ever had. Mine sausage gravy without the sausage. And then it also had this weird taste. I don't know if it was because the butter was half burnt or the flour was undercooked. I'm not sure what it was. Could be a combination of both. It tasted really weird. It had a weird aftertaste. And then we tried making a second batch. We fucked that up too. And it still had the same taste. And I think that it was the butter, honestly, that was giving the taste. Because I tried it again. And at that time, I didn't burn the butter. And the flour, I was pretty sure was cooked thoroughly. But it still had that weird taste. And I think it was like a Tillamook extra creamy butter. And I think that's what made it taste kind of weird. So if you guys are ever making a roux, probably don't use that butter. Sounds fun though. Yeah. I mean, it was not bad. Not a bad effort if I was trying to make a gravy. But I was definitely not trying to make a gravy. So I ended up just putting just throwing the leftover Korean food into the wok, and then pouring some water in to let it stew a little bit and reheat all the meat, and then just threw pasta in, and it thickened up quite nicely without me having to make a roux or do anything special. So all that effort was for nothing. Yeah, those are my cooking adventures. I am not a great chef. I was just so MasterChef pilled. I was watching MasterChef and I was like looking at the auditions and I was like, you know what? I could do this. I feel like I could make it through round one. You know, all you gotta do is cook one good dish. I want to make it through round one just for funsies. That's my toxic trait. Gotta learn through mistakes though, right? Yeah. I do want to make a sausage gravy though. So it was good. It was good practice. I think a couple months ago, I totally forgot about, is that I was watching J. Kenji Lopez make biscuits and gravy, which is a southern food in America. It's a savory biscuits and gravy. It's like a southern food. It looks so good and so easy, but never got around to doing it. Me watching Food Wars convinced I could beat Gordon Ramsay in Food War. Okay, I don't think I could make it past round one, but I think I could pass the auditions. I feel like I could do it. Also, I was watching it, and we were also watching MasterChef, and there was like one meal where Gordon, they feed the chef judges like some weird shit, some really weird stuff, and I was like, God damn, they actually ate that. And then you know what I realized? It's like, it must be so. I feel like it could be so easy to poison MasterChef judges or any cooking judges during the auditions, because they're like going through like 100 meals a day or something, right? They're going through like 100 meals during the auditions. Like, you could just poison your food because you can bring in your own ingredients, right? Just like poison your wine or something. Some people bring wine or alcohol to cook with. You can just like throw some poison in. How would they know it's you? Why'd you ever think about that? Just think about how easy it would be. Don't you guys agree? Like, you could just hide it in good food. You don't even need to pass the audition. You just put it in your food. They're eating 100 meals. Just, you can throw in some poison. What did they do to you? I don't know. Just saying. Just saying. Guys, In order to be safe, you have to think like a psychopath. It's like, you know how, you know, the criminal, what's it, Criminal Minds? Who are the guys who study criminal profilers, you know? You know, back in the day, you know how they caught and learned how to profile criminals? They asked serial killers. They interviewed serial killers to see how they think. You ever watch Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal? In order to be perfectly safe, you have to know how they think. So now that I mentioned this and I'm telling you guys, maybe Master Chef will watch this and they will add some extra precautions to ensure that you know, better safe than sorry. Make sure that no contestants are bringing poison food. You're deck thinking over feeling for MBTI. Whoa, what? I'm sure they're watching. Yeah. At Gordon Ramsay in chat. At Gordon. Holy shit, he's in chat, guys. I'm sure the FBI is watching now. Yeah, take tips. Where is this Luck of the Sea, guys? I didn't bring my bow. I just realized. FBI, whoa, 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 whoa. FBI in chat? Guys, I don't know. I just realized I don't have a bed. I don't know how I'm gonna kill all of these creepers. I guess I could go despawn them. Ah, hiccups. My nose itches. I just had caffeine. I swear to God, caffeine makes my nose itch. Only when I'm streaming. They probably have some kind of precautions though. Yeah. Oh, you know what they should do if they don't do this? How you can stop this is the person who brings, when you bring your ingredients, you have to try a little bit. You have to eat it too. Yeah, true. See, if they don't do that, they should do that. This is how we solve and prevent crimes, everybody. It's not psychopathic, okay? Think about the good of it all. What if it was slow, like, acting? You can take the antidote after you leave. I feel like it has to be slow acting or else you would get caught. If you would make it a foolproof crime, you would have to do a slow acting poison. And then I would make all of the food one bite. You know, like big, like sushi. Something that's like eaten in one bite, so there's no like leftovers. Because like they could probably examine the trash somehow. You might be able to get into the trash and examine the food and the leftovers and be like, oh, there are traces of, you know, poison inside of this this lamb chop or this like ground beef that someone used. And then they can go back into the VODs and be like, okay, who cooked with ground beef? So it would have to be something that's, you have to use like an exact amount of ingredients and they have to eat it in one bite. What about the plate? No, they would wash the plate. You could get rid of it. Okay. I feel like you have put a little too much thought into this. No, this is fresh off the dome. The only thing I thought about before was you could just poison and not find out because there's so many contestants and they're eating so much food. It's the what's it called? The perfect crime. Ghost friend's true. When I get haunted as a ghost. You know what else is You guys ever hear stories of like the perfect crime? And there's like that really popular like story where you could like the perfect crime is like killing somebody with an icicle, right? Is that possible? And if so, how would they find out? You know? You guys think about that? Has it ever been debunked? Does anyone know? Like, I feel like obviously they would know you were killed by an icicle with all the water that is like melted. But time's passing, there is no water. No, I feel like they would know. I feel like science has evolved enough for them to determine like this area is like more saturated with water than the other places. Okay, you know what is psychopathic that I do think about is like if someone were to just legitimately randomly kill somebody like on the street, how would they get caught? How do police catch people like that? Is there, I don't know, surely this is like a common thing, or like not common but like seen before, where someone just kills someone randomly. CCTV? What if it's like in the middle of nowhere, like a park, in the middle of the night, like on the street, someone's going for a walk, you just kill them and leave? And it's like someone random you've never met before. There's just a completely random stranger, and then you don't kill anybody after that. Like the most insane psychopath ever. To like, how did they go about catching people like that? Forensic evidence? Okay, but what if you don't leave any? You get a knife? You get a normal knife. You just stab someone, leave. Have a top tier detective ping the phone, probably. Interesting. Everywhere has CCTV or DNA of witnesses? I don't know. How do we go from your failed brew to killing people? Because I was thinking Master Chef. It's like, because when you think about it, like the most insane psychopaths are serial killers in the world, right? Are people, they're insane and serial killers because they usually have a what's it called? They have a, what's the thing? What's the word for someone's like style of killing, or like their ritual? Your that's no, not calling card. Calling card is intentional. Is it Criminal Minds? Any Criminal Minds heads? I can't believe I'm forgetting this. I was like so obsessed, not obsessed, but I used to watch a lot of serial killer stuff. I'm Googling it. Their modus operandi. Or, I guess, is that the thing I was thinking of? Their MO. Wait, yeah, their MO. There you go. That's what it was. Yeah. And a modus operandi, or MO, is it's a pattern that serial killers have. It's usually unintentional, but a reason why serial killers were being able to be caught and stuff is because they developed an MO, or a pattern, which is what they call it, the FBI called it, that helps criminal profilers and psychologists find out who the culprit is. So for instance, like one of the most famous killers, Ted Bundy, you might have heard, likes killing, would kill like college girls usually. And an MO is determined because criminal profilers are able to or like examine who all the victims are, which are like college girls, which means that this guy, and they're like usually willingly picked up, right? So because he like kills girls, and then college girls, they find out that because of those killings, he usually targets college women because I don't know, like probably like another love or something like that, or like they fell in love. Sorry, I'm getting a spam call. It's really annoying me. I've been getting so many calls lately. Let me let me re-explain this. So an MO is like a pattern of killing of, or it's like usually a ritual in how they kill, or maybe it's the specific like characteristics of the victims. So if it's like a lot of old women, or like, you know, middle-aged women or so, usually that means that the victim or the killer has like some childhood problems with like their mother or something like that. Or a lot of stab wounds in the genital area or like the breasts or something usually means that the serial killer or the killer has erectile dysfunction or something like that. Something about the penis, because something a lot of people do, serial killers do, is that if they have erectile dysfunction or they have like, you know, penis problems, they use a knife or a weapon as like an extension of their penis, or, you know, so if they can't, like, they want to like, you know, R-word their victims, but they can't get their, you know, penis up, so in their frustration they use a knife. Yeah, the muffling. Spam calls. So yeah, and an MO is determined by a psychologist or a criminal profiler, because they use all of these facts in order to determine who the serial killer would be. So so if they see someone killing, for like Ted Bundy, how they caught Ted Bundy, I believe. It's been a long time since I read this, but so Ted Bundy got a lot of college girls and a lot of like young, attractive, like blonde women. I think, I don't know about blonde, but a lot of attractive young women, and killed them. And he was caught because they realized, since he's attracting so many young, you know, attractive women, that he himself was probably an young attractive man. And they found someone, they were looking for someone who was like charismatic. Ooh, this has mending. Who was young and charismatic. So that's how they kind of like profiled him. That's an MO. But I feel like the most dangerous criminals, right, is the serial killers who don't have one. Like, I feel like you always have one, but I feel like there must be a world where there's a criminal who doesn't kill based off of a pattern. They like just kill randomly on the street, you know? Usually a lot of serial killers like target like children, target women, target young boys, or like, but if you just killed anyone, yeah, unpredictable. Like, there must be so many uncaught serial killers because they don't have a specific pattern of targeting, right? You always hear about all these serial killers, and there's really prolific serial killers, and they all have an MO that's like, that's so specific to a pattern like that. But maybe, you know, if you're really thinking about it, maybe all of the high profile serial killers have an MO like that because they get caught from that MO. Think about that. Like the orange ghosts in Pac-Man. Anyway. Speaking of serial killers, I am thinking a little bit about them recently because my friend posted something on Twitter about how they read about this this Russian serial killer. I think it was called like Red Death, or the Red Ripper, something like that. Really cool names. For some reason, they give all the serial killers really cool names. This is my true crime podcast now. So, back in like, I don't know, the 60s, 70s, 80s, a long period of time actually, probably like after World War II, there was this guy in Russia, who was born in a really like small village, I think in the Ukraine, maybe even, or at least near the Ukraine, like near the border. He was like really poor and his family's really poor. I think his dad was enlisted in the war, some war, I don't know which war. Could just be like a fight against like the Ukraine or something, or it could be World War II, I don't remember. Cold War, who knows. But yeah, there was this guy who ended up killing like I think over 50 people over the course of like 30 years or something like that. Let me search up his name. Andre Chikatilo. He murdered 52 women and children between 1978 and 1990. 12 years. He killed 52, at least 52 women and children. Like, crazy. I think one of the worst killers, I was searching, after this I read a Wikipedia article on one of the worst serial killers in America, which was this guy who was like from Texas or something. He killed 20 people with 2 partners, I think. And he was considered one of the worst cases of serial killers in America. 20 people. This guy's killed 52 in 12 years. Yeah. So what happened was, okay, I'm going to quickly summarize his backstory. So he was born in a small village. He didn't eat a lot of food. He was living on a farm, like in a one-room hut, basically, on a farm, because the farmer leased the land to them. They get free rent of this hut as long as they do like farm work for them, and they get a little plot of land. But obviously it's not a good job. So he was really hungry and really frail, and he had erectile dysfunction as well. He couldn't like get hard, and he did have a girlfriend in school, but then because he couldn't get hard, she left him. Supposedly it's been suspected that her mom, or his mom, he had to watch his mom get R-worded in the hut during the war, because her mom got pregnant with a child while his dad was at war. So it was kind of weird, but I don't know, a little really fucked up upbringing. Yeah, it's always the pee-pee. Yeah, that's basically it. One crazy thing is that his sister, it seems like he had a pretty decent relationship with his mom, his sister, and his dad. I think he mentioned that his dad was a pretty nice guy. His mom was a little strict, as you know, most people are. And his sister, he got along with really well. His sister grew up to be to marry some guy in the main city of Russia. And his sister likes him. So she tried to set him up with a girl that she knew, and you know, it was pretty much an arranged marriage. They got married and had a kid, but admitted that, you know, he can't get hard. So what he had to do was adult themes coming up, by the way. This is a serial killer. They agreed that he would try to jack off by himself and then ejaculate on top of her, and then she would put the semen inside of herself. So basically you know what people do to get babies, not artificial babies, They kind of do that. Basically, that thing that people do where they like get the semen of someone else to have a different baby. Like if your spouse can't reproduce and stuff like that. So he has a kid, which is crazy, right? Like, isn't that crazy? This is like an arranged marriage too. So I'm surprised that they even had that kid like that. But yeah, eventually I think they get a divorce or whatever because, you know, he's like kind of weird, but nothing even bad happens to them. What is this tangent? No, I'm just telling you his backstory. So he seems like a pretty normal guy. He is like with ED, you know, pretty sad upbringing, but like not terrible, not the worst I've ever heard of, and a pretty normal guy. I don't think he ever did anything with his parent, his like nothing bad happened to between him and his family and his wife and his child. So it's just so crazy how this guy, I think one day he's like a traveling salesman basically. So he like goes to pick up supplies on supply runs for a industrial company. So he travels around Russia a lot. And one day he just decides that he's like on like waiting at a bus station. There's like this little girl, and he like speaks to her and then decides he wants to kill her and do a lot of stuff to her, you know. And after that he just finds like the joy in it. So he, over the course of 12 years, he goes around and would talk to like usually young children, like adolescent children or teenage children, on a bus or waiting at a bus stop and just walking, and then would drag them into a forest and then kill them. And it took so long for them to even find out that it was a serial killer, because back in the day a serial killer was not a normal or even a term, like normal thing or even a term. A serial killer, like as a terminology and as a, you know, as a term of existence, didn't really exist until Americans created it. Like, you know, criminal profilers in America created the terminology, and then people realized, oh shit, this is happening in other places as well. So now we have a word for it. Yeah, it was unheard of. Yeah. Well, USA did, there was a lot of stuff in USA, yeah, but so people didn't really think that one person was going to go around and kill a lot of people. So he managed to kill like probably like 10 people before they realized that this crime was connected. It was at bus stations, not train stations. I think initially it was at bus stations. He didn't do train stations because I don't know, just was too far, I guess, too many people maybe. But yeah, he would just like wait at a bus station, or like be waiting at a bus station coincidentally, and then there'd be like a child there, and then he would talk to them, coerce them into like going out into the forest next to them, and then he would kill them there, and then do a lot of obscene things. He did a lot of things, you know. Mutilation was a big thing. He would like do something crazy. Okay, he would like slash them from like top to bottom. It was like insane how much he would do. And then he would like try to like R-word them, but obviously he has ED, so what ended up is he would like stab them a lot, because that's what serial killers do when they can't have sex. But one thing he also did is that he always gouged out their eyes, right? Which he later attributed, he did get caught. Spoiler alert, he got caught. That's why we know so much about him. But he said that he gouged out their eyes because he heard a story that dead people always remember, like even if people are dead, they remember what they see after they're dead if their eyes are open. So he would cut out their eyes so that they can't, you know, extract the information about him from their eyes. There's a movie I've seen, a Russian serial killer that would target his victims at a train station. Oh yeah, I think it was based off of this. You go. So there are train stations later. But yeah, so he would kill them, and it's actually like the most insane story, because it shows how stupid law enforcement is. Okay, after about his 6th kill, so he's killed about 6 people so far in this place. Actually, no, his first kill. His first kill was this little teenage girl. at a train station. He kills her, or he gets her to come back to his little hut that he has rented out, right? His name is on the property of this like little home that's like next to a river. So he kills her, throws her into the river, and then she goes down the river, right? They find her body at a different part of the river, and obviously they investigate the river. They go up to where a part of the river, and they find where her backpack is. So they determine that her body was dumped at this part of the river where her backpack is. And you know what happened? This river, this part of the river where the backpack was found and where they determined that her body was dumped, was really, really close. Like probably the closest property is his home. It's crazy. And also, sorry, let me go back to something even before, because you need some more context for this as well. After he graduated from college, he became a teacher, and he taught at schools, at like public schools, high schools. And he got in trouble at his first school that he taught at, because he began to sexually touch children and would sexually harass them and try to like engage with like sexual conduct with children. And obviously that's not a cool thing. So he got reported multiple times by multiple students, and the school district, or the school, was like, okay, you know, this is not cool. You have to resign, or else we are going to tell everyone that you touch children. And he's like, all right, I'll resign. I don't want you to tell people that I touch children. So he peacefully resigns from this school, which is crazy that they let him do that. Like, so fucked up. He resigns from the school, and you know what he does? He applies for a job at a different school, and then they hire him. Because how would they know that this guy's a children toucher if the school doesn't report it? Not cool. That's illegal. Yeah. He goes to another school, and you know what he does at this other school now that he resigned from his last school for touching children? He touches children at the new school, obviously, and then he gets fired from that one. But I think he also peacefully resigns from that one, but I think people start knowing that he touches children. I don't think he ever got arrested for it, but so it's not on his like arrest record, but maybe in like the teaching community they know he touches children, so he can't get another job. So that's why he becomes a traveling salesman for like a company, a factory. Why would they not blacklist him? I don't know, because people are stupid. Like, isn't that so crazy that he touches children at one school, and then he goes to a new school, he gets quote unquote fired, and then immediately goes to a different school and then touches children there? It's crazy that they let him do that. But yeah, so going back to his first victim, he kills a girl, throws her into a river outside of his house, pretty much, like right outside of his house. The cops find the body, find the backpack where she was dumped, find out that it's right next to his house. And you know what they do? They go into a record, they search record, to see in the area how many people are pedophiles. They have like a pedophile system, you know, sex offender registry, where so they investigate and interrogate every single child predator and pedophile in the area, not including him, because he's never been arrested, so he's not on the list. So they interrogate everybody, including him. They interrogate him because he's in the area, and he says like, oh, I just wasn't home, you know, he has like no solid alibi, no anything. He's looked pretty sus, IMO, and not really convincing that he is not the culprit of this. Like, everything points towards him. If they did a little bit of investigation, they would have found out he touches kids. They would have found out that you know, he lives right next to the place where she was killed and dumped. He has to either see something or be the killer himself, right? But they interrogate all the pedophiles in the area, and they find one guy, right? There's this guy who lives like in a in a like one of those RV areas, one of those places, mobile home areas, I believe. And they interrogate him, and I think Russians were known to have really harsh interrogations back in the day, or maybe even today. They ask him for his alibi. They ask him what he's done, what he's been doing. He has a wife. This guy has a wife, and his wife attests that this guy has been home all night during the day that she died. They have neighbors. He has neighbors in the area where he lives, also attesting that they've seen him in his home and did not go out the night that she was murdered. Still, they interrogate this guy, and at some point, he cracks down and starts confessing to the murder of the little girl. Even though he did not do it, he confesses in hopes, I would say, to get a lighter sentence. Because I guess, I mean, just judging by the facts and circumstances, I guess they interrogated him so hard that they made it sound like they were going to arrest him no matter what. So he tried to get a lighter sentence, so he pleaded guilty for a crime that he did not commit. I don't know, when people are cracked under pressure... I have another phone call. It's crazy. Let me turn this on mute. Yeah, I assumed that he just wanted a lighter sentence, despite not committing the crime. Yeah, like they just were really harsh. So they drop all cases on all of the other people that they were interrogating, and because they have the killer now, right? So they take this killer, this supposed killer, to court, this pedophile to court, and the judge rules him guilty, and then they sentence him to death. So this guy is now on trial and has been charged guilty with the punishment of death for a crime that he did not commit. And when he heard that he was going to be killed for this crime he did not commit, he started confessing, no, I did not do it. I thought I was going to get a lighter sentence. I thought I did not actually kill this child. It was not me. And then the judges, I thought I was like, you know, don't do this to me. And then they were like, too bad. And then they killed him for his crime. It's crazy. So then this guy, Andre, the main killer, gets out scot-free. Yeah, womp womp. His fault though. So he goes back and, you know, he didn't get caught. You know what he does? He starts killing more people. He goes to more bus stations, just finds some traveling little girls, sometimes young women. It's usually between maybe 12 to 30 years of age usually. Kills more people, and occasionally he would get kind of close. You know, he would or people are getting kind of sus, and the police realized, hey, there's still a killer out there. There's more people. They're getting killed the same way. It's like a little girl. It's a young girl. She's getting mutilated from top to bottom. Lots of stab wounds. And her eyes are getting gouged out. And they realize, oh shit, this is the same person. So Russia being a really prideful, this area and all the police being really prideful, they decide, hey, you know, I heard in America they have something called a serial killer and a criminal profiler in America. So maybe we should hire a psychologist to give us a criminal profile of what the killer might be. I mean, there's a lot of people, a lot of higher ups in the criminal system that don't believe in psychology, right? There's people who are you know, they're just shams. They don't really know anything, but you know, they're trying to be progressive and they're trying to get as much help as they can. So they end up hiring a criminal profiler. I don't know what his name is, but he's a psychologist and a professor, and he gives a 50-page document on what he believes this killer to be, and he describes him as a young poor fellow who probably had a terrible upbringing, you know, He has erectile dysfunction because of how much he stabs his victim, and probably can't have sex because of that. And he's probably like an old man. He probably carries a knife around. He probably lives in this area. He probably works, since he travels so much and he kills people around like train stations and like bus stations and stuff. He probably has a job that requires him to move around a lot. Everything on the freaking dot about this guy. And then, so the cops get it, the police get it, and they're like, eh. Yeah, they just shrug it off. You know, most people, they just shrug off. And he continues committing more crimes. You know, this thing is just put on the back burner. No one really cares. You know, what the hell is a serial killer anyway? So, he starts killing more and more people, and you know, at this point, the federal government of Russia is like, guys, there's something going on down here. You guys need to catch them, or you're all fired. Higher hope. This is a true crime podcast. So, mature themes. Warning. So yeah, they start putting more cops, telling all the cops, being like, hey guys, keep a lookout for someone. You know, here's like this manifesto or like this essay about who a serial killer that may be around. Just keep on the lookout and for someone who might kill someone like this. So there's like, they start getting more cops on the lookout, and they see this man. This guy's in the city, and Andre, which is the serial killer, is walking around talking to young women, and the cops are like, there's like 2 cops who talk to him, and they're like, hey, you're being kind of weird. Why are you like approaching women like that? And he's like, I don't know. Hey, I'm just talking to them, you know? And they decide like, hey, that's kind of sus. We're going to arrest you because there's a serial killer going around. So they take him to the precinct or whatever, the jail, and they interrogate him, and he's like, no, I don't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. And what they do have is that they actually have DNA evidence. So they catch him. They force him to give him his DNA, and they compare his DNA with the victims, right? They compare his he has semen samples on the victims, and they take his blood sample and they compare it, and it's like O as the victim, or the DNA on the victims is like O, and then his DNA is like A. And they're like, well, fuck, this is not him. So they charge him. They find out on doing a background history that he was touching children at school. So they end up arresting him and putting him in jail for like 2 years for touching children. And in 2 years, he gets out. Crazy reason for an arrest though. Yeah, well, he was definitely really sus, but he did end up going to prison for touching children. So it turned out to be a dub. And for the next like year or two, he does not kill anybody anymore. And then one day he just decides, hey, I want to kill people again. I just realized I need to, hold on, raise this. He decides, hey, you know, maybe it's time to kill people again. So he ends up going back and killing more people. Except this time, he's already been caught once for like almost getting caught like twice actually. So he decides to be more safe. So he starts traveling on the train stations for work, and he starts killing people near the train stations and further away from his home. So now he starts killing people like whenever he travels. When he takes a train station to a different city, he kills someone in the new city. And the cops don't really know what to do because they think that this guy has been caught already. Because there hasn't been killings for like 3 years, you know? It actually was discovered that a lot of people during this time that he was killing a lot of people, the cops interrogated like thousands of people that they thought were the suspect. And they actually got like over 100 cases solved because they interrogated some criminals and they confessed to multiple different crimes that were not the crimes of the serial killer. So I don't know. Could be false though. Could be like false charges. We don't. After hearing the first case, we don't know how good that is. But many over 100 people committed or confessed to crimes separate from the serial killings. So yeah, there was also a lot as the case started getting more and more notoriety. There were a lot of people who would call in and confess to the murders, and then they would get charged. And there were also other random innocent people who got charged as well and arrested for the killings. But then some of them were let go, or all of them were like let go once they realized that, you know, people were still dying. So this obviously isn't him. And so what ended up happening is that he started being more safe and killing people outside of his like main city, right? So he would kill people, and this is still like serial killing is still not like a huge thing. So many times these murders in different places would not be reported to the police or to like the federal police, the FBI, quote unquote, of Russia. Obviously they don't have the FBI, but they have something else. But they wouldn't report it because they're like, I've never heard of Andre or a serial killer before, so I don't see how this is related. This is like a problem only for our district, you know, our city. Like, I'm not going to give this information to all of the other police precincts. So they don't even know that he's killing people in other places. And sometimes like it just wouldn't be reported at all. You know, they wouldn't know. So many people are dying. And they realized that as more people were dying and there were other people still reviewing the cases from like other places, the government was like, guys, we need to solve this right now. Everyone pull in your resources or I am, you know, firing you all again. So the police in all of Russia started working more and more closely together, and they started connecting more and more of these cases and being like, oh, these are all connected. And what they didn't realize is that a lot of cases they also seem to have missed, because at some point he started not mutilating their eye, gouging out people's eyes. So a big indicator MO of his is that he would gouge his victims' eyes out before or after he kills them. But at some point, I think after his arrest, his first arrest, he stopped gouging out their eyes. So because they didn't have their eyes gouged out, they assumed that it was not his killings. But then they started realizing that there's no more eyes being gouged out. So all of these different murders were probably still him. But he just changed his MO, which made it really confusing for a lot of people, because that was like a big way of finding out if that was his kill. So it got harder and harder to tell which of his kills was his. And then at some point he started being a little more experimental. Like sometimes he would be really, really harsh with his killings and he would do a lot of mutilation. And then sometimes he would just not be very brutal at all. And it was really difficult for the police to determine which of those killings was his or not. So what ended up happening is that many, many years later, you know, after his 12 years of killing, they started putting out a little, they assigned like a captain to find out who the killer is. And they did a a big project, I guess, or stakeout, where they would look at where all of his killings was like most common, right? And they were most common at train stations, like these major train stations and like sub-major train stations in the area, in Russia. So their plan was that they would host or get like thousands of police officers across all of these train stations. They would put at the three major train stations like 100 to 200 police officers uniformed and going around questioning every single person, every single man, and every single woman and child. They would write down their names and their like passport number to see who is traveling within this area, making it super obvious that they were looking for a serial killer in this area. But that was like only a red herring, because what they actually intended to do is that they only put a lot of police officers at these major train stations in order to scare the serial killer, because he was not actually traveling at these the major train stations as much. Most of the killings were actually at smaller train stations. So they only put the police officers there as a deterrent. And what they really did was have police officers who were hidden and disguised. And they posted a lot of police officers at the other train stations disguised and looking around for people. And what ended up happening was at one of the train stations that he was like found to be killing at the most, there was like a lady officer or something who watched a suspicious man walk into the bathroom, and he came into the bathroom and or she came into the bathroom and like interrogated him, and he had like a really bloody thumb from who knows what. He had just finished killing somebody, and he interrogates him and determines that he is pretty suspicious. And he looks into his bag, and she sees a knife, you know, like why are you carrying this large kitchen knife? But she ends up not having enough evidence to arrest him, so he just writes down her name, and then they do like some more investigation. And then so she lets him go for the day, and you know, reports it back to the police, and all the police do the research and the background checks, and they find out that he was in jail for touching children. He touched a lot of children in school, like when he was teaching at school. They talked to his old boss. He got fired actually at some point because he was accused of stealing from the factory, but he said that it wasn't him, but they fired him anyway because he didn't admit it. So they asked his previous boss, and they asked for his routes to see where he was traveling in at what time, and they found out that it lined up a lot with a lot of the kills and murders. So they realized that like this is the guy, and so they arrested him. The next day they arrested him and took him to like a precinct to be interrogated. And one problem was that they wanted to check his DNA because they wanted to see, hey, is this guy's DNA matching with the DNA that we find at all the crime scenes? And they compare his blood with his semen, and his semen's like O, or the semen at the on the bodies is like O positive or some shit, I don't know. And his blood type's like A, like before, right? It wasn't just like really a fluke, it seemed like. So they weren't sure if this is the guy, but everything lines up and like this is the guy. So someone has like the genius idea where they ask for his semen sample. It's not matching. It's not matching. It's different still, and consistently different, supposedly. But they compare his semen sample with the semen samples from the bodies, and it turns out that it's a match. So they're like, finally, this is the guy. And as it turns out that this is, I'm not sure how true this is either, but apparently there's this thing called chimeraism, where your like semen, some parts of your DNA or like your semen or your other fluids is not the same DNA type as the one in your blood. It's a really, 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 really rare case. And it's not found in many people at all. But for some reason, this guy has it and it helped him avoid getting caught for these crimes. A chimera. Yeah, it's called like a chimera. So he has a different blood type than his semen DNA type. So that's why it was so hard to catch him. Hi, Rhea. And I'm not sure. People are suspecting, like, there's not a lot of research done on it, I believe. I think some people say that, like, chimera isn't real and that it was more of a fault of the technology at the time. Like, the technology wasn't consistent enough or wasn't accurate enough to determine if people's DNA was really different. Or maybe they just people are suspecting that they just bullshitted and made up that, oh, the semen sample is the same, even though it really wasn't. I think so. People think that there's some theories that they like made up that it was the same just to catch him finally, because they didn't want to let him off again for having a different blood type. Thank you for the gift sub to Rhea. Oh my god, where's the alert? Guys, how many victims did he have at the end? He had at least 52 kills. Thank you, Yuko. Yeah, but that wasn't the end, right? Because they have his semen, they have his blood, they're interrogating him, but they don't know for sure that he killed him. So they interrogate him in a little room, and they're like, "Did you kill these people?" And he's like, "No, I did not kill these people." "Did you kill these people?" And he's like, "No, I did not kill these people." And they're trying to get a rile out of him, but nothing works. So they interrogate how, I believe this is all, not completely accurate. I may be making numbers up, but I believe that the max that you can hold someone for interrogation in Russia is 7 days. So you can interrogate someone for 7 days straight. And if you have to charge them at the end or release them. So I think that they don't have enough evidence that this person is the killer. Like, he lines up with the places. He's a strong suspect, right? But they haven't actually gotten evidence of him physically killing somebody. They don't have evidence that he killed somebody. And they don't have evidence that he knows where any of the bodies is. So on the 6th day of interrogation, they have gotten nothing out of him. And they decide their last ditch effort, was his DNA not enough? Yeah. Because I think the DNA was not accurate enough. They just matched the sample type. This is a real story. Yes, this is a real story. I think how it works is that the DNA is like it doesn't match the specific DNA. They just matches the type of blood that he has. But it still could be anything, right? Like, there's a lot of people in the world with like O negative DNA type, or something like that, blood type. So they don't have physical evidence that he was there for any of the murders. But on the 6th day, the police start getting desperate, and they decide that they need to call for help. So what they do is they reach out to the professor that gave the initial criminal profile, the 50-page profile on what the serial killer might be. They call him in, and he sits there and starts reading out his essay, his profile, sitting there reading out all 50 pages. And at some point during his story, when he starts talking about how he believes that he grew up and how his erectile dysfunction and all of that, the serial killer begins crying. And he begins crying in the middle of the interrogation room, and he confesses to everything. Yeah. He confesses to all the crimes, and they're like, "Are we sure we have him? Like, he could be a copycat still. We don't know." And he starts saying, like, "I did everything. I'll even tell you where the bodies are." And he starts naming specifics to crimes that was not released to public before. Yeah, he just broke. On the 6th day. So if he lasted one more day, he would have gotten let out, and they would have to do more investigation before charging him. But since now that they got the criminal profiler and professor to talk to him, he confessed to everything. And he helped by going to the bodies, and he showed him like where the bodies are and describing all of his kills. He described his upbringing, described everything, and he was like, "Yeah, I stopped gouging people's eyes out because I had the superstition that if like when people die, they can still see, like the eyes remember what they've seen." So he took people's eyes out so they couldn't remember or expose him for killing them. But then he realized that superstition is dumb, so he stopped gouging people's eyes out. And he's like, "Yeah, I stopped killing children, and like I was finding this, I like just love killing children and stuff." And it turns out that one major thing that pointed to him as well is that they found one of his victims, or he showed one of his victims, the one right before he got caught. So when he got caught in the bathroom, he had just finished killing a young woman, but before that kill, he killed a young boy. So at some point he started like killing young boys too, for whatever reason. And this young boy, who was like 17 years old, was like a fighter, and he was like fighting back and like bit him and like broke his thumb and all that. And when they found his body, they realized that like his wounds matched up. And that kid is the MVP, because if it wasn't for him biting that guy and like biting the serial killer and fighting back and giving him wounds, then I don't think the police officer that caught him would have been suspicious. So that kid is actually the real MVP. Yeah, so he confessed to a murder, and he went to court, ended up going to court, and in a cage. He was put in like a little cage so that people couldn't attack him while he was in court. And he already confessed to all these murders and said that was him. But it was a I don't know how it works in Russia, but the judge was very dismissive, right? So he had a prosecutor, there was a prosecution and defense attorney, you know, obviously to see if he was guilty or not. And at first he confessed all that to the criminal profiler. But the judge was like really rude to him because I think the judge had already believed that he was guilty and he just wanted it to be done with. He did not let the serial killer speak at all. And he dismissed like everything that the defense attorney had to say. Pretty much. So the serial killer was like really annoyed that at this. So like about like half, like a quarter into the trial, he starts trolling by being like, "Oh, it wasn't me. Actually, I was lying. Like I didn't do any of this. Like I did not do any of this. Blah blah blah." And then it was like really extending the trial, and then the judge was getting super annoyed. And then the prosecution complains to the judge, or the defense, yeah, the prosecution, or the defense attorney complains to the judge and being like, "Hey, like, or like, my client thinks that you're being unfair to him and you will not let him speak or do anything. And that's why he is being unhelpful to the case." And then the prosecutor is like, "Yeah, like I want to get this guy arrested and, you know, sentenced to death, but judge, you are being kind of, you're being kind of a meanie right now." And the judge is like, "Go fuck yourself." And then he like does something and physically replaces the prosecution. No, he like gets the prosecutor removed and gets a different prosecutor on because he didn't like that prosecutor for what he said. Because the prosecutor was like, "Yeah, you're being kind of mean right now." Yeah. No, it wasn't a mistrial, so they get a different prosecutor. They come back like the next day, and he's still unresponsive. And then the defense attorney, I think the prosecutor was like, "Can we please get this criminal profiler, the professor, the psychologist in, and can we like please get him in so he can speak and attest to everything he's heard and his profile?" And then the judge really did not want to, but I think at some point it was getting so tiring that he was like, "Okay, fine, just do it." So the profiler comes in and he starts reading every single word of his entire profile. And it was a long process, and I think the judge got really tired of it, so he was like, "Ah, whatever, you know, don't, like, I don't care about this." But yeah, the judge was like really bad, I think. And I think because the judge was really bad, I think to this day, the serial killer like does not confess, said like it wasn't him, but I think he was trolling because he knows too much about all the crimes to not be him. But I think because of the judge, like he ended up being like, "Oh, it wasn't me, you know, none of this was me." And then he was sentenced to death, obviously, for that many kills. So yeah, so TLDR, serial killer in Russia killed at least 52 women and children between 1970 to 1990. So 12 years he killed 52 women in Russia. Insane. The fact that it took all that to charge him as guilty that they instantly killed the other dude. Yeah, I think it's just because he did so many murders that they wanted to be really thorough with like how much he's done. Judges can, yeah. They can really just replace whoever they want. It's crazy. Yeah. Really interesting story. I've never heard of this guy until like this, you know, until I saw that story a couple months ago. Which is crazy because I think he doubles the kill count of like the worst serial killer in America. Let me search up worst serial killer in America. Samuel Little. Oh, okay. Samuel Little best at killing 93 women between 1970 and 2005. 30 years. I've never heard of this guy either. Well, I guess that's a story for another time. I'll read that later. Why is Jack the Ripper so famous when he killed 5 people? Well, Jack the Ripper is famous because he was never caught. Right? 93, yeah, in 30 years. 30 kills a year. Well, that's a story for a different time. Also, that was before serial killers were a thing. Yeah, I read about some other guy, the Candyman, they call him. Which was like another really high profile killer in America. The one I was talking about, killed like 20 people. It was pretty gruesome. I feel like his crimes were pretty like normal for what you would expect from a serial killer. But I think what's unique about him is that he was only caught because he had 2 partners and one of his partners killed him. And then reported it. Yeah, crazy stuff. I saw earlier in chat you went to Universal Studios. Oh yeah, I just had a huge conversation about it. Basically, I went through all the rides. I checked the debooking updates. Um, hmm. What did you try in there? I went to like, I pretty much went through the entire park. I went to Super Mario World, Hogwarts, and all the rides. I mean, there's not many areas other than that. Nice, thank you. My voice kind of hurts from that. True crime takes its toll. Yeah. Insane story. Seen videos of Mario World? Looks really cute. Yeah, it would look really pretty. Only thing is, I was expecting the whole place to be bigger, but it turns out that Universal Studio as a park is like pretty small. I have a Luck of the Sea mending rod for once, but I don't know. We'll see. It's only 2. Hopefully I can get a god god rod from it. I have pretty good stuff, so I'm just hoping I can get I need to make an anvil pretty soon. What else I wanted to talk about? Some random like not important stuff that I want to talk about is got some pretzels recently. Talking about some pretzels. You guys, oh my god, what is it called? You guys ever hear of Dot's home style pretzels? It's so good. I'm not really of a pretzel, like a hard snack pretzel type of guy, but this stuff is so addicting. I cannot stop eating it. I really do not like pretzels either. They have one of those near my place. Yeah, it's so, why is it so good? I think I was looking at the ingredients and I think it's because it's like it has like a fake butter. It has artificial butter taste, which is pretty much what like popcorn is from movie theaters. I feel like that's why it tastes so good. It's so freaking good. I also had I also got to try wasabi Kit Kats, which is an interesting flavor and also pretty good. It doesn't give you like that nose flare, but it definitely tastes like wasabi a little bit, and it tastes really good. Crazy combo, yeah. The Japanese Kit Kats go hard. Bum bum bum. All right, let me get rid of some of this trash. I really do not need all of this. Power 4, power 3. One day we will add auto sorting and fast like consolidation to Minecraft. I only tried the matcha lemon, the green one. Yeah, I also had the matcha ones. I still have one more, I think. I have like a little bag of all of my leftovers from my trip. Oh my god. When I was leaving, okay, so when I was hanging out with my friends, right? We bought like so much food. We have so much food and so many snacks, and I was like the last one to leave the Airbnb. So, and I'm not a food waster, but there was a lot of stuff. So what I ended up doing is I took them all home. So I have like a big bag of like candy. It was like 2 boxes of Sour Patch Kids, like a bunch of Kit Kats, some fruit snacks. I had like a bunch of like meat pies and like some like cake. Like, oh my god. Like a bunch of soda. How about the cake? I didn't even honestly, I threw it away. Don't tell Maya. But honestly would have taken it home, but the thing is we didn't have like to-go containers for that, or like any boxes that I could put the cake in. We had the cake stored in like a little Tupperware, but the Tupperware belonged to the Airbnb, so we couldn't take it, or like no one could really take it. We gave like half of it. Most of it was given to Maya. We only had a little bit left, but Maya took home like the majority of the cake because Maya had like stuff to bring it home in. Yeah, but I took out like everything else. But I haven't eaten. I have like this Monster energy drink. I don't really drink Monster, but someone left their Monster in the fridge. I just took it home with me because left it. So honestly, it tastes pretty good. Is that the cake you guys baked for Maya? Oh yeah, the one with the. I think I saw Maya show the pictures, like the penis and the wheels. Yeah, our cryptic cake. I was the one who was standing on the chair with my dogs out. I wanted the most. I took like 100 photos of it because I wanted a really cryptic vibe. You know what I mean? I like took a million photos on like multiple different exposures just to make it like look as cryptic as possible. And then we were singing the happy birthday in like a low like monotone and like in a minor key. The cutted legs. Yeah, the cutted legs. Just drink musses all the time. I quit yesterday after I went to the hospital and had 2 kidney stones. What? You quit yesterday? It happened yesterday? Whoa. Should I be drinking this? Oh, I hope you're feeling better. What are the odds? I'm surprised I haven't gotten a kidney stone considering how much I don't drink, and also don't pee. Energy drinks cause this? Ooh. Damn, how do they know? What if it's big pharma just stopping you from drinking energy drinks? It's sugars and specifically fructose? Dude, I consume so much sugar and fructose. I don't know how I'm alive. Genuinely. Bum, 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 bum. Guys, I'm looking at the deep book and patch notes right now. Nothing too interesting. The Boolean mechanism. Interesting. Not a big update. This is big update for Deepwoken. It's supposed to be a massive, massive content update. So it's been a year since their over a year since their like last big content update. So and they have updates every Friday. This is the Boolean mechanism has begun to move in the patch notes. So yeah, I've been looking at the patch every week to see when it's gonna drop, but I guess it's not this week. It says the Boolean mechanism has begun to move. It's very ominous, and I'm curious to see what it is, but I guess I'll wait to see for someone to find it first. The most painful things you have to go through. Yeah, don't you just have to like pee it out? Like, that's the only way to get it out. Have you ever taken an MBTI test? Yeah, I'm INFP. Yeah, energy drink has no alcohol. It just has a bunch of other shit like taurine and caffeine and I don't know, like random shit that makes you hyper. I kind of just can a guy just have a sugary drink? Can a guy just have a little silly sugary boy drink? I've been drinking like G Fuel or Gamer Subs, right? And I like Gamer Subs because it's like 0 sugar and tastes pretty good. But I realized that like I should not be drinking a lot of this because it has a bunch of, you know, call me dumb, but I didn't realize for like at least the first couple of weeks that I was drinking it that Gamer Subs has like supplements in it. It's like called G Subs because it has like a bunch of like vitamins and stuff that it's for like the gamer who doesn't go outside. But I don't need that shit. I didn't realize I was drinking all that. So like I drank a lot when I first got it. And I don't know. It was like giving me a headache. Probably. I don't know if it was from the G-Subs, but I'm just gonna assume. I was like, damn, how am I gonna drink all of this? Like a million servings if it has a shit ton of vitamins in it. So I'm like, can we please come out with a decent like powder drink that I can just store a shit ton at home that doesn't have a million supplements in it? Like I just want a sugar-free drink. Boy drink. I guess I have to do sugar-free stuff now. Hey, sugar-free stuff is awesome. I love sugar-free Mountain Dew. Anything Pepsi company has really good sugar-free drinks. I don't know what sugar, like artificial sweetener they use, but it's always so good. As opposed to like, I don't know, there's some fake sweeteners that are really, really disgusting. But from what I can tell, anything that's erythritol, if you've had erythritol, it's a really good tasting sweetener. You can barely tell that it's like artificial. Don't ask me about the health repercussions though. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's a myth. I don't know. I'm kind of an anti believer, because there's always like those, you know, there's always been those discussions of like, does artificial sweetener give you cancer and stuff like that? I don't know how true that is, and honestly, I've come to this point in my life where I'm just like, doesn't everything we do give us cancer? If I die, I die. You know what I mean? Could there have been something to prevent it? Yes. Would have, but I feel like I'm at this stage of life, or this is kind of a real life crisis moment, midlife, whatever. I'm just thinking, like, if I die, if I get cancer or some disease, I don't, like, I'm coping that it was unpreventable. If I ever do get one, I'm still kicking right now. I'm pretty healthy, I would say. I'm surprisingly healthy for my diet. I think with the amount of sugar and stuff I consume and like lack of nutrients I consume at a daily basis, I feel like I should have a million diseases by now. People said that vitamins just go out from the pee, but they forgot about the kidney. Yeah. I get really scared. Sometimes people tell me to eat like all these vitamin gummies and stuff, but I'm like, God damn, like what if I already have too much of these? I'm scared, or like, that's why I'm scared of getting like vitamin gummies or like daily supplements, because I'm scared that I eat some random shit that gives me a shit ton of vitamins, and then I take the supplements out of habit on top of that, and then what if I go over, you know? I mean, I'm sure it'll be a safe amount, but when like I'm scared, like what if I eat too much? I don't know if it's better to have less vitamins or too much vitamin. Like, what's safer? When I was a kid, I thought the vitamin gummies were fake and ate a whole bunch in one sitting. Yeah, I've always heard of people. I heard that you should be fine if you do it like once. Protagonist armor? Yeah, it's my no COVID. I mean, I went to Universal Studios and I still don't have COVID, so huge dub, guys. And I'm not sick. Got pretty sick? Damn. Too much is better than not enough, I'd say. Interesting. I definitely think have like less nutrients than I should be getting. I'll be real with you guys. There are definitely, I don't really keep track, but there are definitely some days where I drink 0 water. Like, I consume my liquids in different, I consume my water intake through different different means, I guess. Like, I don't know, I drink like a sugar water. I am the same way. Damn. Really sad. I got a fever once a month for like the next 4 to 5 months after that. What the? That's crazy. From vitamins? This is why you get COVID so much. It's the overdose of vitamins. Fuck, man. I didn't despawn them. Food gummy was too good to be true. It's okay, just eat a normal gummy. You know, on my bucket list, there's one thing I want to do, and I want to eat one of those. You guys remember VAT 19 and the big, like, huge gummy bear or the huge gummy worm? I want to eat one of those. It's on my bucket list for life. Maybe not eat the whole thing. I just want to play with it. Like, just take some bites out of it. This is why you get COVID so much. Well, if you're getting a fever once a month, sure, maybe, you know, maybe it is the... How are these not despawned yet? What? I have a random ass bow. I threw away all my bows. They look so tough. Yeah, I don't think I have TMJ, so I don't think my jaw can handle it anymore. Oh my god, it turned nighttime and it's immediately started targeting me. Ah! Get off. Okay, next time. Did you up your red distance earlier? Yeah, I thought it should be 128 blocks away though in the despawns. I don't know why. Like 128 blocks away they despawn no matter what usually. So I don't know. Raw salmon. Let's change our diet. They used to have this gummy foot at Cracker Barrel. My sister got me as a joke and it was literally a size 10 foot. Oh my god. Sounds awesome. Cracker Barrel's on my bucket list. I don't know if I've ever been to a Cracker Barrel. I feel like I've been in one once. I've never been in a Trader Joe's until last year. But I've had Trader Joe's stuff before. It's exactly as how I would expect it. My other rod. Oh. I always get the blueberry pancakes with blueberry sauce. Damn, that sounds so good. I had this last week I had this chicken waffles place. It's a place called And Waffles in LA. Pretty good. Except the chicken portions are kind of small though, which is disappointing because I like more chicken than waffles. But they did serve us this like it was like churros, waffle churro flavor. It's kind of crazy. It tasted just like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I have Cinnamon Toast Crunch like every day. But it was pretty good. You don't like churros? What do you not like about it? I love chicken fried steak though. My favorite thing to get at like a diner, like one of those breakfast diner places like Denny's or IHOP or anything like that, I always go for chicken fried steak. Because I love chicken fried steak and gravy. I like chicken and waffles, but I'm not a huge... I'm not the biggest fan of it. I like my chicken and waffles separate. I'm not a huge fan of like syrup on waffle or syrup on chicken. I don't mind it though. I haven't tried churros. Yeah. Actually, I met up with someone when I was at Universal Studios. I had someone who had never had churros before, and we got them to try it. I was like, damn, what? You've never had churros? I thought it was all right. I mean, which I would agree. I feel like it's not mind blowing, but it was cool seeing someone who's never had churros before have one. I was afraid to try new things. Only recently started. You go. What's something? Okay, actually, everyone. What's something you guys have never eaten that you've always wanted to try? More points if it's like not that exotic. Like churros being one thing. Just like something like it could be anything, but I'm more leaning towards something that like everyone you like that's really common that you've never tried. Could be just like a chain too, honestly. Like if you've never had McDonald's before, I would think that's crazy. Or it could be something like uni. I've never had uni sea urchin before, and I've always wanted to try that. You never had sushi. Damn. That is crazy. But I can see it because a lot of people are really turned off by raw fish, especially seafood. There's like, I feel like a lot of people don't like seafood and a lot of people don't like raw fish. So I feel like it's pretty normal. But I still think it's crazy because I love sushi. I feel like I tried a lot of stuff too. Me too. But I've never had uni because uni is always so expensive, which is the only reason I haven't tried it. I do like seafood though. Oh. You just don't like raw fish? Yeah. Maybe try it once. I can't tell you what the best raw like sushi would be though. I would say salmon. It's probably the best raw fish to try first. But it'd have to be good sushi because a lot of people don't like the fishy taste. I personally don't care that much about fishy taste, but apparently that's something a lot of people don't like. I like something I've never tried. I do like to try a lot of stuff. Actually, I tried squid ink pasta for the first time. I went to this Italian restaurant, and they had a lot of good options. Like, this is me after having just had like pizza, Little Caesars for like 3 days straight. But we went to this Italian restaurant and I was like, damn, I kind of want their pizza because they had like a margarita pizza and like also some other random pizzas. And it was like, had something called like Bomba style, which I heard was good. And then they had some pasta choices. I was like, damn, all this pasta seems really good. And they had a squid ink pasta. And I was like, I've always wanted to try squid ink pasta. So I tried it. So I ended up getting it. Just to try. Honestly, couldn't even tell the squid ink was there. It was like some squid with a tomato-based sauce and squid ink pasta. But it honestly just tasted like Pregos. Squid flavor? No, squid ink. I feel like there was some umami richness there, like from the squid ink. But I would have to eat 2 different pastas side by side to tell you for a fact. I feel like if I was blindfolded, I could not really tell you that squid ink was there. It might have been me like placebo tasting seafood with like umami. Squid ink, yeah. Squid ink, so it's like black. I've literally eaten cow tongue, so I don't care. Yeah, I've had cow tongue. I had I think I had it recently when we had the intestine. That's edible? Yeah, squid ink is edible. It's a common thing in Italian or Italian dish. Squid ink pasta. It's very common in Mexican culture. Yeah. Beef tongue tacos. Something I've had before. I've had some other stuff. Like, I feel like a normal thing to talk about with like strange food is always like something that always comes up is like balut, which is like Southeast Asian. You know, I feel like most commonly like attributed to Filipino cuisine. It's balut, which is like a fertilized duck egg. If you guys don't know it, I'm sure you guys have all heard of it before, but for the people who are less adventurous in their food, it's a fertilized duck egg, which means like it's like stage 1 or 2 of fertilization. So there's like an actual like duck embryo inside of the duck egg. And yeah, you just like boil it and you eat it, and it's really rich tasting, savory tasting. There's like a liquid that tastes amazing, honestly. I love it. And then you have like the yolk, which is like kind of rich in taste too. You put a little salt and pepper. You crack it open from the top, put a little salt and pepper. There's like a liquid inside. It's basically like a broth. I don't think I could try it before too. Yeah, I used to eat it as a lot as a kid because my parents would make me some, especially camping. When I would go camping a lot because, you know, Boy Scout, and it was a pretty common dish to have when we were camping for some reason. And it was so awesome. It tastes way better than a regular egg. I will say that. Yeah, and then I would eat it. And then, I don't know. I feel like I tried it so many times. And then one day, I tried it. And there was like a full duck embryo. Like, you know, just imagine the saddest looking bird. Duck. Like, dead bird inside of my freaking egg. And I got so scared. And I was like, I cannot eat this anymore. So I give it back. And I like was so turned off by balut for like years, and I still am now. I could never put that in my mouth. Maybe I could. I think I'm more open to it again, eating it again, as opposed to like, you know, 5 years ago. But like no, I can eat around it though. Like if I had one, I would still probably give it to somebody who wanted the duck embryo. Like my mom, if my mom was here, like she would probably. I would probably still give it to her. I still really like the broth and the yolk. Does it smell fishy? No. It smells really good. It smells like, imagine like a rotisserie chicken minus the spices. It's like a rotisserie chicken in term. It's not really like it. It's just like the closest thing I could tell you to how it's like. So chicken. Yeah, well, I mean, it's literally a duck embryo. It's duck egg with a duck in it. Getting a little hungry. Yeah, I could never eat it again, but it's something I do miss. If I had someone to offload the duck embryo to, I would eat it again. That's the craziest thing I've eaten. Some other stuff or. Something else I've had is I went to a yakitori place and I had chicken gizzard, which also pretty good. You know, interesting texture. It's like almost like duck, like pig ear or something. It's very cartilagey. Not bad though. Tastes pretty good. I feel like it's a texture that's interesting. So, a texture I don't like is tripe. I don't like cow tripe. Or I guess any tripe. I don't know. I've never had anything other than cow tripe. But yeah, chicken gizzard was interesting, especially in a barbecue sense. I watched a video on someone deep frying chicken gizzards before, and that looked interesting to eat. I hate it so much, it looks nasty too. Tripe or chicken gizzard? Yeah, tripe. Yakitori, awesome. Yeah, I haven't had yakitori in a year. I had it last year, I think. Or maybe it might have been 2 years ago where I had yakitori. I don't remember. Been a while. Alright, I'm gonna open YouTube, guys. I'm really curious about what this... It's a game mode. Well, I'm gonna watch this. You're not gonna hear it. So, just know I'm watching this. I'm curious what this patch is. Here, I'll watch it just in case you guys are curious, actually. Watching this is I just opened because there's also always a YouTuber who is releasing content immediately. Wait, where is this? Bum, 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 bum. There's a common Mexican dish called menudo that uses tripe and everyone loves it and eats it for breakfast, but I just can't do it. Yeah, I really don't like it. I had it at a Chinese place that served it as like a little in like some chili oil. I thought I would like it, but I really don't. Just too firm of a texture. All right, I'm gonna check out this game mode really quick. There's waves.
I am so dead. I am so dead.
2x speed, by the way.
Today, one of the hardest things got added to the game. Harder than layer 2, harder than hell mode, hell even harder than some PvP for some of you guys. Yes, this is the hardest thing ever added to the game. And so this is basically a wave defense trial sort of thing, where you and your squad, or you alone, if you're really that daring, you don't want to be daring, have to face 50 waves of different and unique
50 waves.
So no, it's not exactly like the Void Tower. Now, probably explain why later in the video, and it's also not really like hell mode too much because it's kind of contained in one singular room. But what it is, very, very difficult. The wave, trust me, when I mean by it gets difficult, it can get very difficult. And so here's going to be some gameplay of us going through the earlier stages and the much harder later stages.
Okay, I don't really care about the gameplay. I kind of want to know what the rewards are.
And let me tell you, if you do die, you do wipe actually. Like this is the actual, like you actually do end up wiping here, no joke. There is not really a second chance of you being saved if you're not getting killed. No, you're just in the depths of Marauder's entrance. So yeah, there's really no coming back from it. Oh my god, dude. Doesn't look too actually free nerf. They actually buffed some of the waves that were introduced in the later rounds. But also I was 300 ping here, so I was actually doing really bad. I'm not gonna lie, I cannot hear it.
His face on 2x reminds me of the guy with the really expression face.
From the later stages, and then the last.
I think he's actually a really good YouTuber.
The final stages, those are actually.
He has a fun YouTube creator personality.
So crazy that they had to tone it down a bit. But yeah, these stages right here are not even like fully how it is.
Or he's
like,
very.
probably,
He's good at
only
content.
certain points soul players be able to get up to. I wouldn't be surprised if most soul players don't even make it to the point I'm at in this video because it's just that crazy. If you need to, bro, I got my domain, man. I got my domain.
I'm just trying to find out what the content or like what the
domain,
reward is. What this is even core.
Yo, don't sound like we don't know domain.
Yeah, we're in domain, bro. We should probably war just fight. Oh my bro, oh no, bro. We didn't get health packs, man. Bro, oh my goodness, bro. We did. Bro, yo, why you stop? Bro,
I live again.
I almost died to that. Oh.
Where's the reward?
This is it.
This mode is just way too difficult. The loot seems trash. This is the free. Automots is not worth it. This mode. Now some of y'all may be looking at this and be like, Automots is not worth it. This mode is just way too difficult. The loot seems trash. This is the pre-buff loot. They buffed up the loot. The artifact rates are pretty good. They're really good, especially if you beat it. Trust me, you can get multiple artifacts in one run. And there's other things I'm not even gonna talk about. You're gonna have to experience that yourself. But trust me, this is the best way to get confirmed damn near artifacts and multiple of them. You need to run this up. But it's rough. I can't lie. Is it worth the artifacts? You gotta make a determination. There could also be some other things in there that you might be looking for. Obviously, they got the legendary weapons. So they got deep gems in there and other stuff in there too. So make sure you look out for those. Go ahead and make the assessment yourself.
What are the rewards?
At least they're all that first in the dash.
You guys know that? Now one thing.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, there's like a.
It's not over. It's never over. Yes.
Well, I'm never gonna do this content because I play solo, so this is never happening for me. I wonder if you can't solo it though.
The loot is still dog shit.
Oh, there's like a mini chest inside the chest.
It's alloy.
The loot is still dog shit.
I got a 3-star Iron Singer and a Smith's Alloy.
All that first in the dash.
You guys know that? Now, one thing I tried to do was I tried to record this thing solo, right? I attempted to go in and try to.
Oh, you can do it solo.
I was doing a squad win and I got wiped. You can really see I tried it several times. I just died. Could not do anything about it. And luckily I was just in the testing phase, so right there I would have actually just wiped my slot. I only got a leeway because we were trying to test out the stuff to make sure it was all good. So if you're trying to solo it, you better bring a good build, man. This is no joke. This is really like the hell mode of like dungeons basically, man. That's why I gotta take the video. Thanks for watching the end. I'll catch you guys there, right?
Find yourself a debooking duo. What's the reward? So there's this thing called artifacts and debooking, which are basically a lot of. Oh, hold up. Okay. Oh, I keep thinking it's at night, or coming back to thinking at night. It's they're like items that give you. I don't even know how. There's like one that increases the stats on your weapon, so that's how you min max like the stats on your weapon. It adds additional stats to any weapon. So even if you have like a legendary weapon, it'll still add stats to it, which is really good. And it's really hard to get. There's one that re-rolls your ultimate ability. So it's something called the bell. You can get like corrupted. So you have standard ultimates abilities, and then there's the corrupted version, which gives you a different effect, a stronger effect for a downside of something else. And then there's a legendary bell, which is a unique, really strong ability. That one that lets you teleport like anywhere on the map. There's one that like puts you into an alternate dimension that like lets you. It's like the Nether in Minecraft. It lets you like travel faster, and it's also just a different dimension to fight in. So and then you can corrupt those as well. So you can re-roll to try to hit like the more rare legendary abilities. And then there's a different one that automatically corrupts your bell or your ultimate, which makes it have the effect, like I said, that changes it. So those are the three biggest things that you can get, and they're really hard to get. They have a really low drop rate, so I guess that's a reward. I don't know if I could solo this. I have a build made specifically for PvE and being able to solo stuff like this, but I don't know if I can do this. I could try. Maybe next week. Back from a snack break. Hello, Hugo. Find yourself a debugking duo? Yeah, no one wants to put in the grind. I was saying, guys, if you guys want... Oh, actually, no. Doesn't seem possible. The thing about debugking is that I would be more inclined to help people play if the servers weren't so trash. If you play on like not your region, you get like the ping feels so bad to play in. But if people are interested, I would play with them. I was thinking, I was gonna ask you guys, so I have ideas for 2 different builds I want to build in Deepwoken soon. And one of them is the track star build, and one is a support build. So there's like I want to make a support build that is focused off of like healing my teammates and doing a vow. So there's this talent tree in Deepwoken called Vow of Mastery, where you have a master and subservient relationship with another player, where they have to have the vow allegiance to you, and then you can command them to do things, kind of like a it's kind of like no, not Code Geass. It's kind of like Fate. The Fate series with the command seals. So you can command them to run faster. You can command them to fight, which gives them a buff. You can command them to live, which prevents them from dying for like 10 seconds. And you can also teleport them to you. You can steal their HP, and like if they're like far away from you, you can steal their HP and take you to your, or like give it to yourself. Right, but they said the servers here aren't great. Yeah, there's like only Tokyo if you're in Japan. And it's better now. It used to be that if you like went to a California server, it would take you to, it would say you're in a California server, but you'd have 300 ping, but it's actually like in Europe. But so far, it's been pretty consistent. At least putting me in the correct region nowadays. But if I go to like Washington, I live in California, right? If I go to a Washington server, I have like 180 ping for some reason. So the routing is terrible. My ping can't take it. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Got the game and played it like once. Yeah, so I want to make a support build. So, one, just to have fun, but two, if people want to play, I can play with them and try to like support them and save them. But it's hard to navigate through. So that's one build I want to make. It's really min-max though. I don't know what to add. There's like so many things I can add. But another thing is a track star build. Which is this. This is the second build. So I was going to ask, like, what do you guys think would be more interesting to build? A track star build is a build based off of high movement speed and mobility. And it's also can kind of be a support build, or it can be a really cheese build. So you can, I think the initial concept of this is to steal kills. So if you see someone get knocked, you watch them and you can like swap positions with the enemy, and then pick up the body and then run away and then like kill them and then take all the loot. And you don't have to do any of the work. It's like a little thief. Or you can do it like the support way, where you can build this build, and then if your friend gets knocked, or attacked, you can pick up their body and run away to save them. So here's a little like display of it. Okay, this is so yeah, they have an ability that teleports people, and then you can pick up the body and then just run. And I guess he's killing them. Oh wow, this music.
Alright, so I'm gonna show one of the most
Wait, I'm gonna go for a more showcase. So yeah, he just runs in, picks up this body. Look at him travel. He just glides over the water. Climbs all the way up here, just crosses a huge body of water, climbs up this massive mountain. There's like no way anyone can catch you. Yeah, and then you could have the option of either killing them or look at him travel. You have the option of killing them or saving them. So it looks fun, but I don't know what I'd do with it. Pretty supporty if I want to grab people and run and go home or save them. So if friends are playing, I can save them from getting killed. Also opens up a lot of like things I haven't used before. So he has this thing where he can like track people. It's a different unique ability. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end it here for today's stream. So it's just pretty much ending for Emerald. So today, or tomorrow, there's no stream because it's Saturday, but I will be playing Valheim with everybody on Sunday. So this Sunday, and actually Monday, I forgot to mention it, but I was going to talk about it. I kind of want to do, it's been 1 year since we attempted the God Gamer Gauntlet and completed it. That was in February of last year. It's already been a year. So I kind of want to do a run next week and see how far, like if I still remember how to play. I think it'd be fun. Already 1 year crazy. What do you think you do? Steal people's skills and make them mad? Yeah. Yeah, so next, probably Monday, I will do a God Gamer Gauntlet run and see where we go. And it'll be awesome. Hopefully it won't take like a million hours. I'll have to search up what my old time was. Yeah, so Sunday, Valheim, Monday, God Gamer Gauntlet, and then, yeah, that's the coming streams for the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are going to raid... Maya? We're waiting Maya. Brand. Alright. And I hope you guys have a good weekend. Sorry for the lack of streams, but I am back. Thank you, Your Hope. Thank you, Mitsue. Thank you, Dongus. Thank you, Yugo. And thank you to everyone else for stopping. And I will see you guys on Monday or Sunday. It's gonna be awesome. Gotta get our freaking oak saplings again. Criminal stream. Bye bye. You guys enjoy. I'm starving. I'll see you guys later.